morning, everybody. It's time for gaming's dynamic duo, a twosome that makes Stallone and I look like absolute weaklings in comparison. And now, here's Mooch and Crap.
Well, happy post-Christmas to everybody. Welcome to MC Mornings. Boy, I tell you, this has been a surreal weekend. I was even seeing Tim Dog on Twitter early this morning saying, looks like everybody got what they wanted and then some. I can't agree more. Family got way more than they should have, and it was a lot of fun this past weekend. Crap, how was your Christmas this past couple of days?
It was good, and happy Boxing Day. I don't even know what that is, but I see it trending, so I was like, okay, happy Boxing Day. You know, it was much better than saying, hey, I heard Britney Spears died. Well, that was
right.
Or
well, somebody, you know, everybody keeps, you know, because the great George Michael passed away yesterday, and I mean, everybody keeps, you know, everyone's just saying, let 2016. It's funny, you made a comment, I think, last week, Crap. Anybody can say anything on Twitter except me or you.
Yeah.
A lot of people were saying, you know, I can't wait for 2016 to go away and this and that, blah, 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 and criticizing all these great talents that had passed. But God forbid we even pay tribute. You know, thanks, Mooch and Crap. You ruined 2016.
Yeah, so, we're pro-death.
Yeah, pro-death, everybody, on a post-Christmas show. We got a huge giveaway today. We're giving away, Crap, correct me if I'm wrong, we're giving away Battlefield 1 today.
Yeah.
In the Wheel of Wonder to our call-ins. And then we also are going to be looking to our callers to call in and give us the best thanks Mooch and Crap, and is going to win a $10 gift card. Is it EA? What is it, Crap? Is it an Xbox Live card? Or
yeah, it's an Xbox Live card, and so they'll win that when they call in and give us the best thanks Mooch and Crap that they can come up with, and then boom, they're going to win. Okay. You know, we'll pick the best one or whatever, and so we're trying to get the chat a little bit more involved, so you guys can call in MC Space Mornings on Skype. If you can, pretty much anytime, and give your best thanks, Mooch and Crap, because we've been loving those. It's been absolutely phenomenal. And, you know, Christmas has been really good. I've been kind of paying attention to it on my phone and stuff because I wasn't really around. Like right after Crossfire, pretty much I was gone.
Yeah, me too. I really was off the grid. I mean, you saw a couple of, you know, Merry Christmas tweets and things like that, but I was pretty much off the grid for the most part myself, which is unusual, right, Crap? I mean, it felt like I lost. Felt like I lost weight during the holidays without having Twitter hanging off me.
Yeah, I mean, it was a little bit weird. Like for me, like I had stuff uploaded and ready to go. Like a lot of people know that's how I do like YouTube and stuff. Yeah. Like I had videos. The thing is like, and it's kind of obvious because the videos that go up that like that much in advance like have no relevancy on stuff that's really happening right now. It's just usually opinion pieces or stuff. So, but you know, I try to keep people entertained. So hopefully they enjoyed the videos that were up or whatever, and then it'll be back to normal and stuff like that. But yeah, man, it was just a lot of fun. And I got home last night and then hopped on Call of Duty 4 Remastered because the Christmas noobs were on there, and I was like slapping them all around, man. It was funny. Dude, they do, man. The Christmas kids, they all get the game, you know, and they're excited and they hop on, especially if they're used to playing like the modern stuff, like the younger ones or whatever, and then they get on that where it's boots on the ground, and then I was just like really just mowing everybody down, just really, really fun.
I had a feeling because I watched one of your only Crap still puts 2 videos out on the Lord's Day. So Crap still had some videos out. I'm watching it. Your gameplay was of Call of Duty.
Yeah,
so
Call of Duty 4.
Yeah, I thought that was great. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, is this old footage or is Crap really playing this right now? So, no, that's great to hear. You know, there's a couple things that were going on over the weekend that even though I wasn't active on Twitter that much, I was reading a lot of what was going on. And, you know, one of the things bugged me, Crap. I was talking to you about it this morning. I got to get it off my chest. You know, I noticed through the whole weekend, you've got the Xbox staff, you know, and I'm not just talking about Phil, Mike, and Aaron. I'm not talking about Aaron's actually on vacation. Aaron's been just sending pictures of lobster tails and him diving off of mountaintops. But I mean, like Phil and Mike have been doing some of this, but even some of the Xbox staff, just some of the people we all follow on Xbox, they're all like, I hope everyone, no matter what console you got, Nintendo, PlayStation, Xbox, you enjoy yourselves. Get out there and game. Just game. Go out there and game and love your fellow gamer and give them a hug and kiss for us. Love the Xbox staff. And I'm like, you know, and don't get me wrong. This is a great weekend of family and enjoying time with the family. But it kind of got me a little sick to my stomach. I got to be honest with you. It bothers me that the Xbox staff is so like, you know, come on, people now. The gamers, and it's like, why in God's green earth are we always supposed to be the peace, love, and granola eating sons of bitches? Did anybody from PlayStation, whether it be tippy top high or the lowest of low, like somebody like a janitor or somebody in the Sony mail room? Did anybody tweet out from Sony like, yeah, gamers, go grab an Xbox or a Nintendo, enjoy that Halo Master Chief, and if you want a PlayStation, enjoy that too? Nobody says that from PlayStation. That's what I'm trying to tell people. A lot of people in the Xbox community, right? I mean,
I think Phil and the Xbox people have watched like the original Miracle on 34th Street a little bit much.
Yeah.
You know, because in that movie, you know, they sit there and they have all their competitor stuff in there. So if you don't find what you're looking for, they find it for you at the competitor's store or whatever, which was like unheard of. And that's kind of, I think Microsoft is going for that whole goodwill towards whatever angle, which is, I don't know, like some people like it, some people don't. I personally think it's stupid. But I mean,
I can't stand it because, you know, the thing is this, look, it's just like any, listen, and hear my point, Crap. It's like if you lived in the neighborhood, right, where you and your wife are always walking outside and you're always waving to the Jones family down the road, of the Smiths, and they never wave back. They just kind of they just kind of
dicks.
Yeah, they just kind of grin at you and they get their mail and they just head nod and you're like, what a prick. But you do it a couple of times and then you're like, all right, you know what I'm going to do? I'm done waving. I'm done waving. Xbox staff keeps waving. They're always waving with like a pie in their face. It's like, love you, gamers. Whack. Yeah. You know, and it's like I don't understand all that. I'll never. I guess I'll just never get that. I know it's always, you know, you got to be the bigger person or the bigger man or the bigger this. And
you're right though. I didn't see any damn any PlayStation people. They're just like, you want to did you get your PlayStation 4 this year? Here's what you do. You know what I mean? Like,
for the players, PlayStation.
The best place to play. You know?
Don't think it's just me saying that. And I'm not trying to be a Scrooge by no means, but for crying out loud, I just can't take it anymore. Like I turned on my Twitter this morning, and there's 5 Xbox staffers that I follow, and they're like, whether you're on Nintendo, whether you're on PlayStation, and he actually put Xbox third. I wrote to Crap. I copied him. I put it in there. I said, Crap, if I was the head of Xbox, he'd be fired tomorrow. Like, that's just the way I am. I would be like, listen, if you want to do the peace, love, and harmony thing, do a 2-sentence blurb about us, and then be like, oh, and don't forget to hug your fellow gamers. You know what I mean, or something. Yeah. Like, you don't have to. Why are you putting Nintendo first when your is at you know, I love Xbox? Come on. I mean, I never understood that. I know it's Christmas, but yeah, I had to get that off my chest. I'm never going to understand that. And like I said, if it was something that was going on between Nintendo, PlayStation, and Xbox, then I retract my comment. I retract it and everything's fine. But nobody's doing that. They're not doing that. It's just Xbox that's saying, love your fellow gamer and playing the Forrest Gump soundtrack while they, you know, has marijuana become legal in Seattle? What the hell's going on over there?
Yeah, it is.
I know it's creeping around the West Coast.
It is. It's legal there in Colorado.
Yeah, it's just too much for me. And the other thing that was, go ahead, Crap. I was
going to say, Noof pointed out that cat video where the guy got a PS4 and he opens it up and he's like all excited and the cat like freaks out. I guess
I showed that to every single family member this weekend.
Yeah,
that Xbox hilarious. Cat is welcome at my house anytime it wants to leave that douche's house.
Agreed. I 100% agree. I thought it was hilarious. I think it's funny when stuff like that gets posted. Like, at first I'm like, what's the deal with this? You know what I mean? Is it some kind of like stage thing or whatever? But the guy was just acting like a jackass and then his cat attacked him. So yeah,
the cat just attacked him. He must be a huge Xbox fan. So
see, that cat's not sitting there going, hey, happy you got a PlayStation. It's like, hey, you got a PlayStation. Let me like scratch the shit out of you.
Yeah, that cat was pretty much like Mooch in an executive suit. Okay, that's how I would work. I don't understand that. Like I said, I wrote the Crap because I said, Crap, just so you don't think it's me being just Scrooge. I just personally, my whole point is, nobody from Ford dealership, the CEO of Ford wasn't like, whether you got a Chevy, a Honda, or a BMW with a bow on it, you go out there and drive those American streets. Love Ford. What? Nobody said that. Like, nobody ever says that. It doesn't matter what we're talking about. So I just don't understand why Xbox continues this peace, love, and harmony thing when really it just makes you look. I think it looks foolish. That's
it makes and it promotes almost like the neutrals.
It does.
What I mean, it's like, then the neutrals think that they're in the right or whatever. Which I don't know if you saw that tweet that was going around today or like last night, where someone from the PlayStation camp was like really wishing ill will on Larry Herb.
Oh, I did.
Major Nelson, and like. And people are even going. I think it's cool that people like equate this now, and I think I said it really well on Crossfire on Friday, which was, where are all the neutrals on calling out these PlayStation guys that are threatening death on Microsoft executives. If me or you, even in a joking manner, had said anything close to this, or if we even say anything close to anything, we're like the worst of the worst. But yet PlayStation fans can get away with saying whatever they want, tweet whatever they want, and nobody condemns them. Nobody says anything.
No.
It just always comes back to, well, Mooch and Crap said this one time.
Yeah, when me and you were joking back and forth on Twitter, it's nothing hostile at all. They take it, and all of a sudden, I see it advertised on CNN and Fox News the next day.
Like,
and this guy's got a legitimate death threat to Larry on Twitter. None of the neutrals said this is why Sony fans are disgusting. This is disgusting, that behavior from that camp. Nobody did anything like that. Everything's fine. No matter what Sony fans do. They threatened the girl that did Lara Croft's voice, right? They threatened Sean Murray's life. They've threatened Larry a number of times. That's why Larry has his own server, I think, for emails and tweets at Microsoft. And just so it goes into a big junk folder. And all this happens. Nobody ever calls them out. But then we just make one comment, and it's a joke. It's nothing. My God, if a court of law looked at it, they'd be like, I'm not even looking at this. This is a joke. Like, it's nothing. There's nothing here that's, but these guys get away with murder. And it's unfortunate.
Exactly. Hey, jdubbs, how was your Christmas, man?
Yeah. How was yours, Jay?
This was actually really good. We had a big crowd here. My father-in-law and sister-in-law were here. We had 4 dogs, 2 cats. Lots of kids. It was pretty hectic, but everything's kind of getting a lot easier to hear now. Not as many dogs barking in the background. Everyone's gone back home to. I live in Nova Scotia, so we have islands and stuff. So I'm originally from a place called Cape Breton Island, and that's where they're all from. It's about 5 hours away, so they're all gone home now, and things have quieted down. I said to everyone, if I'm in my room doing the podcast when you're leaving, just poke your head in and wave goodbye.
They're like, podcast, what's that, nerd?
Yeah, that sounds like you had a very Flonase and Zyrtec Christmas.
Yeah, did you?
I'm like wicked allergenic to like dogs and like pet hair and pet dander. If I was over at your house, I would be wearing one of the Dead Rising 4 gas masks during the entire. It's a Mooch thing. What can I say?
Have any of you guys downloaded the holiday pack for Dead Rising?
No, I didn't.
I beat it though. I gotta say, the game was surprisingly poignant ending or whatever. I thought it was pretty. It wasn't as goofy or slapstick of an ending as I thought. It was like really. It was really good.
What is that? Is that add-on, Jay? Is that an extra cost, or is that
add-on? You can buy it for I think $2.99 or $3 or something like that. And it basically gives you the Santa costume, and it turns all of the zombies into elves.
I'll have to grab that.
All right.
Because that turned out to be one of my favorite games this year. Like, surprisingly, I know a lot of people are like, but there was so many other great games, and I'm like, yeah. And I even did my Game Awards, which if you haven't seen them, go ahead and check them out. They're basically the only Game Awards that matter. Not really a shot at anybody because I know there's other people doing them, but in typical Crap Gamer fashion, mine are the best. Right. So and I actually was surprisingly, and I'll give one away. I gave Ratchet and Clank the best PS4 exclusive, and people are like, "Man, you're just throwing more shade at Uncharted." I'm like, "Listen, it's opinion based, and I had more fun with Ratchet and Clank, so you know what I mean." Like, don't blame me. Blame the developers for doing a crummier job on Uncharted 4. Like Ratchet. Exactly. Ratchet and Clank was really good in my opinion. I thought it was fun. It looked great. It played great. Uncharted 4 was kind of more of the same. Yeah. Ratchet and Clank did a good job of resetting the audience, and I feel like that was a perfect kind of reboot, remaster of the first game or whatever. Because look, honestly, they were on Ratchet and Clank like 12 or something. I stopped getting those games a long time ago, right? I wouldn't even have bothered to get this game if it would have been Ratchet and Clank 12, but the fact that they reset the audience, which is good to do. I
have the game. I got it for $9 brand new week before Christmas. So, I mean, I have yet to even I should take a picture of it and send it out. I have The Last of Us Remastered, Bloodborne, and Ratchet and Clank still in their wrap.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing.
I could have picked up. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, for me personally, it's all about Sony being the dead end station. That's my biggest problem. Like, if I go downstairs, I put on PlayStation 4. Pardon me. It's just like I really have to just want to play the game and shut myself off. And like, that's just not like, there's a lot of times I'm playing certain games, like even Dead Rising 4. I'm playing Dead Rising 4. I get like 3-4 messages. I open up the message center. I hang out with some of the people that are either fans of the show crap, or, you know, they're just friends that we know, you know, or maybe someone I know personally. And it's just such a lively place to be. I have 70 something friends. I think it's 70, maybe 50. I haven't turned my PlayStation 4 on in eons. I don't even know if it works anymore. And you know, I'm not sure, I really don't know. And so anyways, I turn it on, and there's like, I have like 50, 60 friends on there, and it always says like 3 friends active, because I think people that, even if you're friends with people on PlayStation 4, they don't show themselves online. They're
I
offline.
appear offline all the time, so nobody.
You're not the only one.
Yeah, nobody knows if I'm online or not, and that's the funny part for me.
Yeah.
Is because I can just, you know, just go on there and nobody knows I'm on there. I can cap footage or play through part of a game or whatever, and then I'm just done or whatever. So I like doing that. But I was checking to see if like Sony had any kind of decent sales, you know, because I know Microsoft did, and I just own all the games now, like all of them. Just even
you know, that was my problem yesterday. So for Christmas, I'd gotten Mafia 3, and I still haven't opened it. I'm wondering, you know, I'm like, well, maybe you know, I've heard such oh god, way down the middle, like feedback, whether it's good, it's a little repetitive, it's this, it's that, and so maybe I'll return it and I'll get something else. But then I'm like, I have everything else. So I don't, either that or I'm, you know, if I return it, I would just return it and then put the money down on Halo Wars 2. You know, I mean, I don't know what else I would do with it.
Well, I like the game. I think it's good now. I haven't finished the game, but I thought it was really good. There was some issues that they fixed with some patches and stuff.
What's the whole repetitive thing that people keep writing?
I guess in an open world setting, you know, you go and do this mission or that mission or whatever. Like, people think that's
the same thing over and over.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But it's like with every game. That's realistically like every game. So yeah, I don't really know. I don't think so far. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. It's like anything can be repetitive, I guess. You know, I like the game. No, I didn't get the last Possum Dog for PS4. I'm not paying $60 for that crap. I could have got Bloodborne for $7, and I said no because it's not my type of game. So, I mean, I was looking on their store, and I'm like, what is there to get that I don't already have? And there's nothing.
Listen, I want to encourage everyone. Jay's hitting me up. You know, he's such a great producer because he taps you on the shoulder, even though he's in Nova Scotia and I'm in New York. He's like, you know, you got to. So, guys, listen. Call in. We got the lines are open. We are giving away $10 Microsoft gift card to the best. Thanks, Mooch and Crap. But you don't have to. It could be on anything. It could be what happened to you at Christmas. Something odd. Something funny. You know, or you can just call in and do what Xbox faculty do and just praise Sony. You can do whatever you want. You know what I mean? The airlines, the airwaves are yours to call in at. And Crap, we might want to we do have a stack. People heard Battlefield 1 was the giveaway today, and we have a stack of voicemails.
Yeah. Well, let's we probably could get to some of those as well.
Wouldn't hurt.
Yeah. Who do we got on deck, jdubbs?
Well, why don't we start Christmas with a bang and go with one of our favorites, okay?
Okay.
Absolutely.
Let's rack them up.
Hi everyone, this is Yoshita. So glad to be here today. Hello everybody in chat. Hope you guys are having a miserable day. Merry Christmas, late Christmas. I've sent Christmas gifts to Mooch and Crap and Jay Williams. They are my PlayStation Move sticks or dildos. Don't know what you're gonna use with them. Thought Crap Gamer might enjoy them with his mayonnaise. Lady Foxfire. Okay, that's about it. That's all I want. That's cool. I don't even want to talk to you guys today. Stop making fun of me. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Goodbye.
You're listening to M&C in the Mornings. As always, remember, you can't take anything they say seriously. It's just jokes. Jokes performed by YouTube professionals, and usually the joke's on them.
Well, that was nice. I wasn't expecting Yoshida to give us a Christmas welcome like that. That was, you know, as much as it's hard for him to do anything heartfelt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like Yoshida, like he doesn't seem like he'd be willing to let bygones be bygones or anything like that. So, Yeah, it's nice to hear that. And,
I thought it was great how he's giving the move sticks to us. Oh, we got a call, but I wanted the move sticks, and that was really great that he mentioned Fox still with the mayonnaise on you. I'm sure that makes Fox's day.
Yes. Oh, I'm sure she'll love that. M&C Mornings, how you doing? Happy Boxing Day.
Yes.
Hey, Mooch and Crap. Hope you guys had a good Christmas. But riddle me this, guys. All right. So Company One gives you the best gaming online service, gives you 4 free games every month, gives you new games, and actually releases games on time and has the best control on the market. Company Two gives you no games, except for maybe 1 or 2 throughout the whole year, has a terrible online service, gives you 2 games each month that their fan base hates. Which one would you say would have to step it up the next year? Because for some reason in the gaming community, everyone's telling Microsoft to step it up instead of Sony, and I just don't get it. So let you guys discuss that one, and I hope you guys had a good Merry Christmas.
Well, clearly, let me answer his question, Crap. Clearly you'd want to have the company that gives you the bad games, the awful controller, the awful online, right? That seems to be that's what. It's funny. I've been to 2 or 3 different GameStops now, and each one of them, the employees are all over Sony. They're all over Sony. They're all wearing PlayStation T-shirts. They're all wearing some sort of like Ratchet and Clank or T-shirt. And I'm like, I asked them, I'm like, so why is it that you would want to like play on PlayStation? Number one answer I got was they have the better games, which I just found funny because then I said, well, which games? And all they said was The Last of Us, Uncharted, Ratchet and Clank. They don't mention any of the Japanese titles we're talking about in the past few weeks. They don't even know what those are. And then they also mention, the controller. So for some reason, people still feel like the DualShock, because maybe it's something they grew up with, is something that's very familiar to them still.
Yeah, exactly. And for me, I always say that it's kind of it's usually a one-way street, or just trolls being trolls or whatever. Because as far as I'm concerned, until PlayStation makes it so you can change your ID, I mean we're almost in 2017, and unless you can change your ID, then get out of here. You can't even use an external hard drive on PlayStation 4. So,
right.
Until they can even do any of those things, they don't even deserve to be in the same conversation with Microsoft or the Xbox One. They were the ones that were like, hey, let's now 4K Blu-ray. Who needs that? Backwards compatibility. Who needs that?
Yeah.
So I think that as far as I'm concerned, it's laughable that people would even, until Sony can do the most basic of functions like those, people should just shut up and kind of move along. Well,
it's just amazing between the false propaganda you see that Sony always pulls out of their ass, whether it be on the cardboard cutouts in the game stores, like what they did with Battlefront. They're like, exclusive to Sony. But meanwhile, if you look right under it said exclusive, it had 3 little pictures of like the map packs that were coming first. They do those types of things. You have all the employees at GameStop all ranting and raving about Sony. If you look at it, I would say 60% or 70% of the store has the blue favoring, and the green is just stuck to that one wall on the right side. I think that's why Microsoft made that pact with Walmart. I think they have a better deal. When you walk into Walmart, there's a much larger Xbox showing than PlayStation.
Yeah, I agree. And hey, we got another call on this glorious Boxing Day. M&C Mornings. How you doing?
Post Christmas, Mooch and Crap.
Mooch and Crap in the morning.
Hey, Mooch and Crap. Hey, Graphic God. It's Jason Jones from Hamilton, New Jersey calling. I just wanted to wish you and your families a very Merry Christmas from my family to yours. I hope you guys all had a fun, safe Merry Christmas and got some fun stuff. My question for today was in Dead Rising 3, or Dead Rising 4, I'm sorry. There's a nice little Easter egg in there with the Street Fighter posters. I know Crap knows what I'm talking about. I saw his glorious screenshots on Xbox Live. I just wanted to know what your thoughts and opinions are, if that is a little hint of something to possibly come as far as a Street Fighter, backwards compatible, and or the new one that came out that we all know Sony has. Besides from that, guys, you guys touched on a lot of stuff. I'm out for the day. Have a good one. Goodbye.
Yeah. Well, happy holidays. Yeah, you know what? I think that, and I know what he's talking about because there's inside this house, there's these Street Fighter posters, but I think they're like Street Fighter 2 posters or whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't think that really has anything to do with Street Fighter 5 because as far as I know, Sony funded the development of Street Fighter 5 and they're getting a season 2 for whatever reason. So I seriously doubt that comes to Xbox anytime. Maybe down the line as super hyper Street Fighter 5
right
Americanized edition or something. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like they do a lot of that kind of stuff. So, you know, I think it'll be interesting to see. And hey, shout out to you guys in the chat for showing up today. You know, I know it's kind of last minute, so we appreciate you guys.
Last minute, we still wanted to get an MNC in the mornings, and we didn't want to skip a week. So, Crap, you know, after this call, I do want to talk about the fact that there was a lot of Twitter activity about the new Xbox One users yesterday. A lot of new Xbox One users.
Yes, definitely. So, MNC Mornings, happy Boxing Day. How can we help you?
That's great.
Hey, fellas, happy holidays.
I know who this is.
Nerd Griggity here.
Diggity, diggity.
Hey, I just wanted to say thank you guys to you guys and Jay for having this platform for a guy like me to speak his mind about this console war, which I love, of course. You know, like the wife and kids don't really care about this stuff. My coworkers, I can't talk to them about video games because all of those are casuals. They either play Call of Duty or Madden, and that's it. They don't really care about the console wars. And even when I go to a GameStop, there it is, Sony ponies or like a 20-year-old punk whose first console was a PS2. So they don't, you know, I can't really talk to them about this stuff. So I thank you guys for having this platform for a guy like me that don't have a YouTube channel. I mean, I have one, but not really. That's not on podcasts. Just have a platform to vent about this thing, this whole video game thing. I love video games. I'm a 40-year-old man that's been playing them since the beginning. And I just want to say thank you, fellas, for having this so I can speak my mind on a weekly basis and someone hear me and someone listens. So I just want to say thanks. And that's it.
Hey, no problem, Diggity, man. Happy holidays. Thanks for always calling in each week. Yeah. And that's what it's all about. Like, this is different than any of the other podcasts, and the fact that it's really to give everyone a bit of a voice and talk about, like, we have no notes to go off of. Honestly, right. There's no notes that we come in here with. We have jdubbs does the voicemails and things like that. It's what you guys decide what we should talk about. And then, you know, you guys come up with the topics and the direction and things like that. That's what's bothering you guys the most, you know, or wherever you want to talk about. And so that's what dictates what we talk about.
Right. I think what Diggity said too is really important. And he really did. You said it already, Crap. He grabs the essence of the show. Like, the show was to let people who are really, like, when people are like, oh, the peace, love, and harmony, there's been console wars since Coleco and Atari, so I don't want to hear this kumbaya bullshit. It doesn't, if that's what you do and you smoke a lot of grass and everything's just gravy where you live, that's awesome, and I'm not encouraging you to change what you're smoking. But for us in the regular world that know that competition is everywhere and there's always a war in every category, whether it be Nike, Reebok, McDonald's, Burger King, consoles, doesn't matter what it is, Mac, PC, what Diggity's saying is that there's people who actually want to get something off their chest, or they care very deeply about the console wars. And the reason that I'm doing it isn't to say that Microsoft wins, Sony loses, or vice versa. It's more the fact that whenever you're a gamer and you tune into anything, okay, whether it be gaming news, gaming awards, gaming on YouTube, YouTubers doing gaming, it's just always favored Sony. And you have to scratch your head and say, wait a minute, I have something to say about this. So I encourage everybody that listens to this live now or hears it throughout the week, whether it be on iTunes, Google Play, or on YouTube, to call in next week. Call in today. Speak your mind. There's got to be something that maybe you were setting your Xbox up and something pissed you off, or you set up your PlayStation, something pissed you off, or something was great, you know, like over a Christmas holiday. Call in, vent yourself. It could be console war related. It could be just a question about a certain game. I got news for you. I don't just do this and be the all-knowing. I write crap. I said, I got Mafia 3. What do you think? Should I keep it? Should I not? You know, he said basically the story's good, gets a little repetitive, but if you dig the story and you like the music in it, it's worth playing. So, yeah. I mean, you know, you got to understand that just because we do this during the week, that doesn't mean that we don't have our own questions. So I encourage you, pick up the phone, give us a call.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, I think it's been a really good outlet for everybody. And I would also like to point this out, for as much shit as we get you know, for being whatever like people think we are or say we are. You know, what other podcast that does decent, you know, because we're obviously part of BGST and Crossfire and these other podcasts.
Yeah.
So we have a pretty good foothold on this. But what other podcast, you know, gives this much of a care of what the fans think or what people in the community actually think? You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of other podcasts out there. And I'm not talking about Xbox ones. I'm talking about other ones. You know what I mean? This isn't a shot at any of the Xbox ones. This is the other ones that have these blind loyalist followers who just like eat up whatever they say, whether they be drama channels or whatever. But what other podcast cares as deeply about the community as we do and still gets as much hate as, oh, well, you don't speak for me. You don't do this. You know what I mean? So I just would like to point that out, man. The hypocrisy is very fun. It's not lost on me. I get it, you know.
Well, speaking of the hypocrisy, though, I want to just chime out to Sam Walton. Sam's a very, I think he's a Sony guy at heart, but he's enough he holds his composure and holds good conversation in the chat. Sam writes in the chat, console wars used to be fun. Now it's way too serious. Sam, I just want to let you know, that's your people. Okay, that's the Sony fans. The Sony fans are the ones that are taking it and doing like awful, awful things, like what they did with Larry Herb over the weekend, or taking pictures of people, putting them on other pictures that are inappropriate. All we do is try to have a discussion about what we think is right or wrong in the console war. So what I would recommend, Sam, and I'm not, this is not a jab at all. I'm actually glad you're here. Is my recommendation would be, Sam, go into some of the Sony podcasts and tell them to calm down. Tell them to start talking. Stop doing less of the arts and crafts time, okay, with people's faces and pictures and wordsmithing, taking some podcast words from mine and somebody else and putting them together and sending them out. The console wars have only gotten too serious because of the Sony side. The Xbox guys, yeah, we chime in every week and have our input, but we don't do anything inappropriate or yell at anybody or make fun or you curse out anybody or on the Sony side or anything like that. It's just it's gotten really bad from the Sony team. All we've been doing is what has always been copacetic since the beginning of time with the Atari versus Coleco days, or if there was one before that, you know, I wouldn't know, but it's been going on since that long. All we do is state our opinion based upon facts that come off of publishers, developers, and corporations. So yeah, Sam, take that concern to Sony side and tell them to calm down and to speak properly and do a proper show and not anything disgusting.
Yeah. So people in the chat are like, what did they say to Major Nelson? It was just typical PlayStation fanboys doing what they always do. It's like,
they threatened his life. Yeah. They threatened his life.
I get that a lot. Yeah. You know, I get that stuff a lot. A lot of people in the community get that. But yet again, none of the neutrals will speak out against that. You know, they only want to speak out against Mooch and Crap. So, but who do we got on deck, jdubbs? Anybody on the voicemails?
Of course, we've got our old favorite Def Jam Bam.
Def Jam Bam.
How'd Bam get away from that division long enough to do this?
Yeah, I don't know.
What's up, Jay? What up, Mooch and Crap? What's going on? I hope you had a great Merry Christmas with your family and all that good stuff. Only thing I want to say, basically, do y'all believe Scorpio will have 2 SKUs, maybe 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte? What's your thoughts on that? Also, my sound bar stopped working. Thanks, Mooch.
Spit out my drink, man.
Breaking news on the Sony side. Kamisaki Dragon, 2017. You heard it here first.
He's always got to get that zinger.
Got to get a zinger in there.
Yeah.
It's trash. Matter of fact, somebody hit that button, flush that shit down the toilet. Peace.
I apologize. Jay always yells at us for laughing during it, but Bam is too goddamn funny.
That was funny, man. That was hilarious.
Did Bam say my sound bar is not working? Thanks, Mooch.
Yeah, thanks, Mooch and Crap.
It's busted.
I have to give a tribute to Def Jam here. Just give me 1 second here. There, he asked for the flush.
The low flow toilets, because
that was the low flow. Yeah,
we're definitely eco-friendly. So yeah, that's.
I do think we're gonna have a couple of SKUs with the Scorpio though. Crap. I mean, they did it with the S, so why wouldn't they reiterate it again with the Scorpio?
I think they're going to do 1 terabyte and 2 terabyte SKUs. I
Okay.
just think that makes sense. They're just going to have to cut the cost and eat some of the cost and do a $3.99 and $4.99.
Yeah.
I've said that multiple times. I don't think that you're not going to be able to. Probably a 500 gig is too little.
That's what I was saying. I think it's a little too small for the amount of resources. But though, Crap, I will say this much. Day one, they're going to have external hard drives being able to handle the hookup. So my point being is I'm probably going to get the 1 terabyte and then just grab a beefy external.
Yeah. Well, like I said on Crossfire, like all my stuff is on externals on the S. So I'm just going to unplug that and plug it into Scorpio and I'll be good to go, So
well, here was my thought. My thought was this. I think what I'm going to do is, because we're only got a year left, I can hold out. I'll take I have a 3 terabyte external. I've got plenty of memory left on the boxes, but the external's starting to get pretty filled up. I don't keep them all. I uninstall them when I'm kind of done with them. But nonetheless, take the games that I really want. I'm probably going to go buy like an 8 or a 10 the end of next year. It's probably going to be a couple $100 or maybe more. But like you get that, dump everything on there, and then just hook it, like you say, right up to Scorpio. And that should take me through a large portion of Scorpio's existence.
Yeah. Well, like for me, I have a 5 and a 2 terabyte. So I've got 7 total. And like at first I was just like, I'll grab a 2, now like that's but I'll delete stuff that I have a disk of, but I don't delete the digital stuff because I don't know, like I haven't really felt the need to. I still got like 3 terabytes or something. So, I mean, there might be a time when that comes, or I might just grab another 5 sometime.
Right. You can do that too. That's fine. You can have 2 plugged in at the same time, Crap.
It's just you never know with the digital stuff. Sometimes they lose the licenses on them, and you know what I mean. Like I don't know. Like I'm weird about that. It's like I downloaded Forza Horizon 1 on my Xbox One when it was free and backwards compatible, and then that's not available anymore. So that's why I did it. You know what I mean? Like I also downloaded.
It's not available anymore.
They lost the license. It's not in the stores anymore. Like you can't buy it anymore.
But if you have it, you have it.
Yeah, if you have it, but I couldn't re-download it.
Oh, okay.
You see? So,
got it.
Yeah. M&C Mornings, how you doing? Happy Boxing Day.
Merry Christmas.
Yes, Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
Hey, what's going on, Mooch and Crap? First, I want to give a big thanks to you guys and the graphic guy also. Really appreciate what you guys are doing for the community. And this is King James from Twitter, by the way. My question is, with the news out that the Scorpio could possibly play all backwards compatible 360 games, do you think there's a chance that it'll also play OG Xbox games? Thanks, guys.
Man, our community does not want to let the 8 good games on the OG Xbox go.
They're like, man, that OG Xbox, man, I really want to play some original code. Honestly,
I look at the OG Xbox though, Crap. I mean, man, I have one. It's right in front of me.
Yeah,
listen, here's my thing, guys. Like, if anyone's parents or grandma made this amazing pot pie last year for New Year's Eve, do you really want her to save a slice to give to you this year from last year? I mean, I think it's just the nostalgia. You're just like, man, that was just so good last year. I have to have a slice this year. And I think when you go back and taste it, you're like, ooh, this has been in the freezer all year, ain't it, Grandma? You know what I mean? Like, you're like, it just doesn't taste the same. I don't think Microsoft is necessarily that worried about wasting time on their development team to get the OG games up and running on that. Now, I could be wrong. It might be just a flip of a switch with Scorpio, right, Crap? You were saying maybe they would be putting different hardware in there to make it easier, more accessible.
Well, the Xenon chip or whatever, which is the 361, my thinking was that they maybe had a surplus of those since they're not making the 360s
that was a
anymore.
Good point. Yeah.
And so maybe they had like millions and millions of these things, so they could just put it in there. So
the Christmas phone is ringing off the hook, Crap.
It is. It's like the bat phone or whatever. They're like, Mooch and Crap, we need you. There's some bullshit going on in the community. M&C Mornings, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Mooch and Crap? This is my first call-in live. Really cool. I was just wondering, I have one question. Do you think that Xbox has the December NPD unlock? Because I see everywhere on Twitter that the Xbox winning, everyone's buying it, and have a great day. Okay.
Okay.
Space Cat.
Space Cat. Okay, we got a live call in from Space Cat. That's pretty rare. That's pretty awesome, though.
That is.
I do think that they. I do think that they will win December MPD, and I think that that's going to look bad on Sony. But if you look at Sony, anything could happen. They lowered the price of the PS4 Slim to $195. Like it's $195. That is like they're giving that damn thing away. But I do think that the Pro, that thing fell out of the Amazon 100. I'm just thinking that upgraded console thing is falling on deaf ears, to be honest with you.
Well, listen, I got news for you. I got a pair of Beats. What are they called? Beats Solo 3 wireless, the ones that just came out. Those cost, you could buy almost 2 PlayStation 4 Slims for the cost of one Beats Solo 3.
Yeah.
They're giving them away, crap. I mean, it's getting ridiculous at this point. I think Nikes, the new Jordans, cost more, and you've got all that metal in the box. My point being is just I think Sony just saturated the market. I think they saturated the market with their own product. That's why when you guys see 50 million sold, it's not so. It's sold to the retailer. That's fine. If you want to count that as sold to the retailer, I'm okay. I'm going to stand with you on that one. But the problem is they flooded the market. Why do you think it's $195 from the retailer? They want to get these things out of there. They got so many of them that they're choking on them. So I don't know. I just think that I don't know if that'll fare well for them as far as NPD goes, crap. But listen, I got news for you. Anyone that says Sony did great and they killed it in December, even if they win NPD, Sony's losing like $5 a console at this point. They're not doing well at all. Don't be fooled, okay? Listen, if you've got a restaurant next to another restaurant and one is just packed but no line outside, but they're making money, the other one is packed with a line around the corner for 2 miles, but they're losing $5 a plate, if you're just driving by, you think the one with the line is killing it, but they're actually going to be out of business the next day.
Yeah,
so people
exactly.
don't be fooled by just sale tags, okay? Just
stop giving Sony credit.
Don't give Sony credit when they're losing money on a console. That's not how businesses stay above float.
Exactly. So MNC Mornings, what's up? How you doing?
What's going on, people? It's the Xbox 448. And yo, Mooch Crap, for some reason or another, man, I feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone having MNC on Mondays. But my quick question to you guys, with 2017 being a year that new hardware is coming out, I feel like there are game announcements that are being held back for the unveiling of Scorpio. I want to know what you guys think about that, and if you think that it's true that they're holding back titles to kind of like unveil it or announce it with the Scorpio.
Yeah.
What type of titles do you think they're going to announce, guys? Guys, as usual, you guys do a great show. I tune in every week, and even though it's on Monday, and I feel all weird right now, great show, guys. Thank you.
First thanks for calling in. It is a little bit weird. I mean, we kind of figured there'd be a little bit less people watching live on a Monday morning.
We're at 200. I want to thank
that's not bad.
Monday morning crap. Come on.
Yeah, that's not bad. I'm not disappointed because people watch it and they'll download it on iTunes or whatever. So that's
Absolutely.
cool. I just feel like it's important to the community. I got asked a lot, are you guys doing a podcast? MNC Mornings, when's that happening? And I'm like, Monday. But originally I was going to work and then I would have been back. And so I didn't know. And then I was like, well, no, I'm just going to take an extra day and we'll just do the podcast. And you know what I mean? I just wanted to kind of, because the community, they come to expect it. And a lot of people are like, well, crap, why do you even bother uploading stuff over Christmas and stuff? I'm like, it's not a big deal, but people expect it. They're
do.
entertained by it.
They do. And people that ask you that and don't understand crap, they've never had their own business. Because I've had my own business since I was 21 years old, still going now. And to be honest with you, one thing that people come to expect is when you say you're open from this to that time, it doesn't matter what the actual holiday is. I mean, granted, if it's Christmas and you say I'm closed, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But you can't just close down or just because you're sick or you don't feel like it or, whatever the case may be, the show must go on. So I applaud you for putting out the videos on schedule like you always do. You didn't let Christmas get in the way of anything on your channel.
Hell yeah, man! I had stuff ready to go, and then so I'm like having dinner and presents and all that stuff, and then the stuff's just going off without a hitch, and that's what I like about it is you can schedule stuff out and all that kind of stuff.
Well,
I think that's
two things I want to do, crap, before we get to a voicemail or another call. Is I wanted to address Xbox's question, and I do want to ask you a question on your Christmas gifts, what you received. But let's talk about Xbox for a second. I do have a feeling that what he says, I've had this gut feeling that what he said is correct. In the fact that they're holding out on an announcement. I think that they are. Think about it, Crap. Do you think they're just going to say, and here's the Scorpio, like what Sony did? Here's our box with nothing to play on it. I think Microsoft saw that was a big no-no. So I don't know if it's going to be a third-party deal, and I don't mean exclusivity. I just mean marketing rights, because Phil's already said he doesn't want to take away, gaming from other platforms. Why, I don't know, but nonetheless. But he says he's not a fan of that. Or it would be like a Crackdown reveal. I think when Scorpio's revealed, we're going to see a game that has a lot of weight play side by side with it. So people can say, I'm going to get Scorpio and this title. You know what I mean? I'm getting it when it comes out because they're pairing it. It's almost like if you walk into a clothing store, Crap, and you see a mannequin wearing the shirt and pants, and someone comes over and they're like, hi, can I help you? And you're kind of looking around for 20 minutes in the store, and you're like, well, where's the pants and the shirt that are on this mannequin? I like the way you have this paired up. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people do that because it shows you how it would look. And I think that is something. So, Xbot, I think you're on to something. I think it's going to be Destiny 2. That's me, but I could be wrong. Yeah.
So, hey, we got another call. People are really calling in a lot on this day after Christmas. So.
I think people are catching on that we're on now. We're up to 2:15, Crap.
Yeah. M&C Mornings, how you guys doing?
Pull up the Crap's window.
Yes.
Mooch and Crap and Graphic God, I just wanted to say Merry post-Christmas. This is Hacky Sack from Pennsylvania. I had a question for you. I wanted to see if you guys thought that the Scorpio might have some possible exclusive features to it. Maybe like that rumored snap option where there's a picture-in-picture in the screen instead of a huge block on the screen taking it up. Or even like some first-party Xbox exclusive features like local split screen with Halo 6. All right, thanks, guys. Have a good one.
Well, I think he's going to get his wish earlier than Scorpio, Crap, right? The rumor that we've just heard, and it's only rumor, so please, take this as like a Christmas promise on Christmas Eve, then you wake up and it's not there. Don't get mad at Mooch and Crap. But I've heard that picture-in-picture is coming in the spring, Crap, to Xbox One.
Yeah, so like that's not going to be an exclusive feature though, because that's going to be they want it to be unified, so everything's going to look the same as far as that
for the most part.
Yeah, but like Scorpio is going to have exclusive VR, like if you're into VR, and
nobody is.
Yeah, nobody is. Like I get it, right? Like hey, you say VR, and then that's like that's the joke.
Yeah, that's the joke. I saw the people at Best Buy actually making a ladder out of the boxes of VR to get to the Xbox Ones on the top shelf to sell those.
Yeah, but if you ask the Sony fanboys, they're like VR sold out everywhere.
Oh yeah, well actually, so I did a little homework for everybody. You can thank your Mooch later on in the chat. So when I went to go see my buddy that's over at the big GameStop here, like I said, and it's a bigger GameStop because they're not sampling. They have the Vive that you can try there. Most stores don't have that anywhere.
Yeah.
But you can try that at this store. I said, how's Sony VR doing? His first answer was, it's doing quite well. And I go, really? He goes, well, we can't keep them in stock. I go, how many are you getting? He goes, every 2 weeks we get about 2 or 3 of them. I go, what? So last month you sold 8? He goes, yeah, about 8 to 10. I'm like, that's not good. Yeah. That's not good. I'm like, while I'm standing here having a conversation with you, you just sold 8 video games in like 30 seconds. Like, you can't tell me that 8 units is good. That's still the Sony elitists trying to get out there and support the team. They're at 68,000 units. This thing's a flop. It's an absolute flop. Sony, there's 2 ways to look at it, people. There's the consumer end, and then there's the side of the corporate side. Sony's been boasting PSVR for about a year and change. So the fact that they don't have the product, that's bullshit. There's pictures of it everywhere. I see them at Best Buy stacked to the ceiling. Maybe GameStop can't get their hands on them, but they're just sitting there collecting dust at Best Buy.
Yeah,
VR's a flop.
Yeah, to the guy that's saying PSVR outsold Vive and Oculus combined, that's like That's a very low comparison. First of all, because both of those didn't sell much, and if you look at what the PlayStation VR sold in November was 58,000 or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, so I mean that's its second month on the market, and in its biggest consumer area, which is North America, and it sold 58,000. Second month, and that was down significantly from the first month which was its launch month, where it did sell over 100,000, and it was already down to under 60,000 in the second month. So I think that's very telling.
It's going to go into the same category crap as the Power Glove and you know these other accessories. It's just a fad. Nobody wants. Did you see a commercial that's played every 15 minutes during the holiday season? It was the Galaxy Samsung VR.
Yeah, where they put it on and they're like,
whoa,
you gotta try this.
Yeah. Listen, let's dissect that commercial, folks. Play this through with me, okay? Each of those people, when they take the headset off, they're sweating. Do you see them in the commercial? It shows them. They're sweating.
They're about to keel over.
One of them is like, the one guy falls over, like Marty Silva wearing the cardigan.
Yeah.
And he's like, whoa. And then he's like, one guy, the girl at the party, she looks like she just went 12 rounds with George Clooney. And she's just like, whoa. Oh my God, this is crazy. Holy Lord in heaven. And I'm like, nobody wants to experience that twice. Like, do you ever see anybody when they get off one of the amazing roller coasters at Six Flags or Disney World or anything that's close to you guys? And you're like, how was it? And they're like, dude, it was absolutely insane. And it's like, do you want to go on again? They're like, no. And you're like, why not? And you're like, dude, my stomach's upside down right now. My head is like killing me, but it was awesome. That was the way those people looked in that VR commercial. It looked like they had enough. They did it once. Look at all the people when you watch that commercial again. And imagine you sitting there being like, hey, you want to do it again? They're all going to be like, no. Because they're like, whoo, no way. God damn, you got to try this. You know what? When the guy says you got to try this, that's his way of saying, take it off my head. I don't want to use it again.
I don't want it. Yeah, you're up. Use it. You know what I mean?
It's your turn, crap. Here, you faint in the stands.
Yeah, PSVR, good one, Ken, is the new Virtual Boy. I get that people people try to evolve gaming. Like, it needs to evolve. It needs to evolve, right? Yeah. Everything needs to evolve. And I'm like, why? Gaming has been doing perfectly fine with what it's doing.
Right.
I think that it's good. Like, every time they're like, it needs to evolve, and then we get something like the Wii, or we get something like Kinect, or we get something like the PlayStation Move, or we get 3D gaming. Wasn't that gaming evolving? Right?
But it didn't.
It's evolving. Yeah, exactly. So,
hey, Jay, we might want to take another voicemail.
Yeah, we've got a lot still.
Sure. Before we do the voicemail, we have actually a special promo sent in by Stephen Hawking.
Hawking?
Great Stephen Hawking.
He's a fan of MNC Mornings, in case you guys didn't know. So, yeah, I'd love to hear this.
Please play him.
Yes, please.
Welcome to MNC Mornings. It's just jokes, people. Ha, 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 ha. Now hit that motherfucking like button. Tell them where it's at. Jay.
Nice. That was great. Might need a Schwarzenegger though.
Yeah, or a She-Wolf something.
Or a drop.
Jesus Christ.
What is wrong with people? Hey Jay, while you're queuing that, I'm making a noose for myself.
Yes.
Guys, we love the call-ins. Thanks so much.
Mooch and Crap in the morning, practicing through humor, including the use of parody and hyperbolic statements pulled from their collective backsides. Ha 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 ha.
I like how we've already got one guy in the chat who doesn't understand why we're here. Guys, don't make fun. Listen, Dante Rivera, take it easy. That's not us, by the way, okay? That's nothing to do with me and Crap. These are people that call in. They're the guy probably next to you, above you or below you in the chat did it. It's not us.
It's just jokes, people.
Guys, take it easy. Relax. Go watch a Howard Stern show and like a sedative. All right.
Yes, it's just jokes. Just jokes.
Yeah, relax.
Yes.
But anyways, listen, it's great to have that's just the community all chipping in. Everybody wants to be it's funny. People always say everyone wants to be a wise guy. Remember everybody in school when you were in high school, the class clown or the person that was just absolutely hysterical. Like, everybody wanted to be that guy. This is a chance for anybody in the audience that doesn't want to do their own YouTube to kind of call in or leave a voice message and do something funny. I actually, we're going to save it for another day. But, Crap, do you remember a couple of weeks ago, I had a guy called in and he was like, what did he say? Something along the lines of, his voice sounded like James Earl Jones. And I said, boy, you sound just like Darth Vader. He actually called in and left a bunch of different Darth Vader Mooch and Crap things that we're going to play in the upcoming weeks. Just some great stuff, some activity from the community. So enjoy yourselves, guys.
And I want to reiterate that stuff like that in particular, you could like the shock is legit from me and Mooch.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. A lot of these things.
Clue.
No. We don't listen, guys. We have a lot going on. We also have families and Christmas and everything going on. It wasn't like we said, I sit here and I review every single voicemail that comes in. Jeez. But Jay, if we got another, we got a call. It's even better.
We have a call. That is awesome. MNC Mornings complaint line is over there.
Yes. Please take a number and pull the grenade.
Yes.
Alrighty, what's going on, Mooch and Crap? This is Pete Pullett, long-time subscriber, first-time caller. Also an 80s gamer, been gaming since your original NES. I had two questions, one for Crap, one for Mooch. First one's for Crap. I just heard you say a while ago that you don't feel gaming needs to evolve and gaming is in a good place. And I agree to a certain extent, but I'm just wondering if anyone else is feeling like me in terms of a lot of times I'm just getting a bit fatigued of these games. Like every open world game is the same thing. You're basically driving around the different side missions, and then there's a certain set of missions that's like the requests. Or all the JRPGs that people are saying is a variety on PS4 are literally turn-based fighting style games with fetch quests and horrible voice acting. All these games, every racing game, every open world game, every fighter are literally rehashes of the same thing. So though I'm happy where gaming is, I do believe a lot of it is a rehash of the same thing, regardless of which company is doing it. Uncharted is the same as every basically linear single player story game. So I'm wondering if you still feel that way, Crap, or if you do feel any of that fatigue with the gaming. And then with Mooch, it's been stuff you've been saying online on here for a long time that I've been agreeing with. And I felt like I was the only person who felt this way. So I would just like to say, in terms of what's going on with Sony in the media, do you think it's something that's kind of like the bailout that happened in like 2008 with the government in terms of like a lot of these gaming websites and gaming media came together and realized, hey, you guys, if Sony doesn't make it this time, they're financially done. So we actually do need to do a lot to invest in them and to keep Sony going. I think that's a part of it, to where a lot of these people aren't necessarily Sony fanboys, but because Sony was around for so long, they didn't want them to, crash and burn. All right, first time calling. I appreciate you guys, everything y'all do, and can't wait for your answer. Take it easy. Bye-bye.
Yeah, he. I want to say, Crap, you can answer his part to you, but I want to say to him that I strongly agree with his statement. I think that I do think there was some sort. We found out, and pardon me for not having all the right terminology in front of me. We found out that there are a bunch of things that were going on with reviews, right, Crap, where certain Kotakus and Polygons and IGNs were kind of collaborating together about different reviews and what they were going to give a review. I do think that somewhere in the gaming media, there's been a push to assist Sony. I think they knew Sony was in trouble this generation. Look at what they did. They launched in 2013, and except for their launch titles, they gave their customers bupkis except for indie games. And they knew that was going to be a problem. And if they just boasted Microsoft coming off of a high on 360, if they just kept pushing Microsoft, it would have crippled Sony. Sony has no money. So they don't have the money to compete with Microsoft. So they need the media in their pocket. I think it was a bunch of like the pansy end of America kind of, that let's help our fellow guy who needs. No, it's business.
It's the pussification
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly.
Yeah,
so let's help this guy because he needs help. I do agree with that. I think there was a push to help Sony. I think now it's a little bit less, but it's still extremely relevant. You can still see it. I shouldn't say it's less, but you can see with Microsoft making all these strides, it becomes really, really difficult for someone to get on and bash Microsoft when Microsoft's like, whatever you want, we'll give you. So Microsoft's been like making every single wish come true on the desired list from the community. But shout out to that caller because he's spot on. His ears are working where most aren't.
And to his point, like what he was talking about for me, I think that you don't have to reinvent the wheel to go driving. You know what I mean? Like you can just enjoy driving. For me, I like that gaming is something that feels familiar a lot of the time. Like open world game, like turning every game open world isn't necessarily a good thing. You can, I don't know if you've played it, but like Metal Gear Solid 5 would be a good example of this, where they made that game kind of open world, and it doesn't really fit with the narrative of that game, in my opinion. So like just slapping something with an open world thing doesn't exactly, not every game needs to be open world, in my opinion. So I just, as far as I'm concerned, you can evolve games. Like, look what they did with Gears 4. That evolved. You've got a new cast of characters. It's like a new generation. The things that they've done with that. Look, they did cloud compute for, for the horde mode. Like, you can't do that offline. I think that's evolving gaming in a good way. There's different ways to evolve gaming without having to resort to gimmicks like VR or 3D or motion controls and things like that. Because at the end of the day, we as gamers are always going to gravitate back towards the traditional way of gaming. So
right. No, I totally agree. Totally agree with that. Crap. What did you get as far as games? Did you get any games for Christmas?
No, I just get like credit and stuff like that. And Hellhammer got me a like big Marcus Phoenix figure, like a giant one. So
right. No, that's very cool. I didn't know if maybe because I know you get like every game you want day one anyway, so it's like hard to buy you anything that's kind of a physical or digital gift.
What was that game that you always say was a dumpster fire where you can blow everything up?
Oh, Just Cause 3.
That's like $15 right now on Xbox Live.
Yeah, that's $15 over my limit for a dumpster fire.
Hellhammer actually picked it up. So
did he pick it up? Well, tell him. Well, I'll ask him on Xbox Nation on Wednesday. But I'm just expecting him to say that it sucks.
He's frugal like that. He's like $15. Hell yeah.
Well, no, $15 is a good price for it. Look, I'm not going to bash you for picking that up. It's a good length of a game, but it's just a mess. Like what's going on? Who cares? Nobody knows. I don't know. I just got a feeling that I don't think he's going to care for it very much. But yeah, I did see that was one of the daily sales yesterday, I think.
Yeah, but they didn't even advertise it really. Like
Major Nelson made a tweet about it at like 10:45 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, it's not even a thing, because I was disappointed because the only daily thing was like NBA 2K virtual currency, which is good for next gen, but doesn't really do much for me. You know, so
yeah.
I don't know. I want to point out in the chat that people are still saying the Xbox One's at 18 million sold.
Yeah,
that was over 2 years ago, people. Yeah. Over 2 years ago, and it was 21 million 2 years ago.
Sound like an idiot.
Yes, come on.
You sound like an idiot.
We know they sold 1 million in November alone.
Right. 1 month. So
that's like, you guys are just clowns at this point. Like, Jesus, it's a joke, when we say every time you buy an Xbox One, an angel loses its wings.
Yeah, so funny, but it's true.
Next thing you know, it's going to be back down to the freaking 11 million or whatever it was in 2014.
Papa, he's kind of wrong though. He goes 50 million consoles, you have 5 million sales on Tomb Charted. I mean, they're not even at 5 million, I don't think, unless they came out with a publication that I missed. Did they make a comment? The latest I saw was that 2.7 the first month. So I'll give them that they probably sold a bunch with the consoles that came out. I'll give them 4 right now. But that's sad, right? I mean, because Uncharted's done. If you're not buying it in a console, if you're not getting it in a bundle, there's nobody going out and buying Uncharted 4 right now. It's done. The multiplayer is a joke.
We should probably do a voicemail. Who we got on deck, Jay?
Look at this Slapnuts. Xbox One is at 23 million. Okay, buddy. And your real name is Slapnuts. Douchebag.
Who do we got on deck, jdubbs?
Xbox
Triggered. Oh, sorry. Probably what he said, I was being naive. That's all right, buddy.
Hey, Mooch, hey, Crap, hi, Jay. This is Xbox Trigger on Twitter. Before I answer my question, I just want to say, hope you guys had a great holiday, good Christmas, everything like that. All right, here's my question. You see how the Xbox One has made things look better, have a better frame rate, all that stuff. What do you think Scorpio will do to games right now? Do you think they have better resolutions, better frame rate, all that stuff? Because I was wondering that, like, it was only went up to 1.4 teraflops, and look at the performance boost. You know what I'm saying? And I got my Xbox One S, and I'm playing Halo 5 right now. It looks way better than the original Xbox Halo 5 for some reason. Even though I don't have a 4K TV yet, I'm gonna get it soon during the Super Bowl tomorrow. And before I go, I want to say after getting destroyed in Mythic World So Hard Fight, I will say thanks, Mooch and Crap. Anyway, thank you guys. Bye.
Thanks, Mooch and Crap. You know what's funny is we're starting to get more viewers now. I think people just expect us at like after 11 o'clock now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always interesting. Like,
well, you know what it was? I actually asked Crap to go a little early because my son, he's really like, hey, since you're home on Monday, you know, with the holiday being extended a bit, he wanted to go see the Rogue One Star Wars. So I told him I would take him to that, and those are all in the afternoon. And I know this show has a tendency of going over 2 hours. So if we were going to do that, I didn't want to do that and start pushing into close to the movie time. So
yeah,
Crap was like, yeah, we'll go a little early. And I'm like, yeah, it'll get us done. And you know, yeah. And listen, a lot of people are going to be tuning into this later on today too.
Yeah, so it's all good. And then, I mean, like, you guys are kind of extra lucky because you'll get another episode Sunday, which is, what is that, the first?
We'll be doing it on New Year's. That's going to be the Hangover edition.
Yeah, that's going to be the Hangover edition. So, yeah, you guys will definitely want to tune in for that. And again, luckily, we've gotten another donation of Battlefield 1 for this week as well. So,
fantastic.
Yeah, Battlefield 1. Somebody donated a FIFA 17 code as well to me.
Wow.
Yeah, they got the FIFA one, but they don't like soccer. So they're like, here you go, Crap. And I was like, cool, man, I'll find a good home for it. Absolutely. So, yeah, like, and if anybody has, you know, if you got an Xbox One S with a game that you already have or aren't interested in, feel free to donate the code, man. We'll make sure it gets to somebody in the community that can use it and that wants it. You know what I mean? Just because that's how we do this. We know all the giveaways that we give away pretty much are fan donated. So yeah, we appreciate it, and hopefully you guys all. There was a lot. I saw a lot of people tweeting out Xbox One pictures and stuff like that. Like a lot of happy people.
I didn't see. I mean, then again, I mean, I'm not subscribed to a ton of the Sony guys, but I have enough Sony people on my Twitter feed, and I didn't see a lot of like, wow, I got my PlayStation. The only PlayStation 4 guy that I saw open his package was the one that was attacked by the cat. So yeah, so I didn't see any other ones, but I saw a ton of Xbox new users, which was just awesome. I really hope Microsoft wins it. What Microsoft winning December NPD shows is that November was just a small little fluke, which actually shows the amount of damage Microsoft has done. Because like I said, Sony winning by less than 100,000 units in the month of November with new hardware. That's not good, people. You could say whatever you want. It's not good. And if Microsoft can turn it around and win in December, I got to give the entire fall. You got to give the whole fall to Microsoft at that point. Crap.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's interesting. Look at this guy in the like. Do you live in La La Land? Uncharted 4 at 6 million, Rise of the Tomb Raider at 1 million. Don't you think that if Uncharted 4 even hit 5 million, Sony would be shouting?
We would have heard about it.
They'd be shouting from the goddamn rooftops, and we know Rise of the Tomb Raider completely flopped.
It flopped, yeah.
In North America, especially, which is the largest consumer base for video games, and the thing sold pathetically terrible, and it sold pathetically terrible in the UK as well. So the two biggest places it sold pathetically terrible, and you're trying to say 1 million. Nobody's buying that game. You know what? You could buy that game right now on PS4 digitally for $25 or $29 or something like that. It's like that game, it didn't sell well. Welcome home, Laura. You came home to an empty fucking house.
Yeah.
So yeah. Good job.
It was like she walked into the house and it was like just after the Grinch stole Christmas. There was a couple wires dangling down. There wasn't any Who food.
Well, PS5 will be 8 teraflops.
Yeah. Okay,
Come on, the PS4 Pro is 8 teraflops. Remember?
You already got the Pro. The Pro's 8 teraflops, buddy. You don't need the PS5.
8.
You're already there.
Yeah.
You just can't top 30 frames per second, and you can't do native 4K. Other than that, it's awesome. Really great product.
And then I mean, The Last Guardian, that's the greatest game since ever.
Yeah.
I mean, just because the whole thing is based on being able to tell your companion what to do, and he doesn't listen, and you're stuck at parts for an hour.
It's the game that keeps on giving. You'd be on level 2 forever because the guy doesn't get out of the way. You can't even get out. You can't get through the door because the companion is stuck in front.
Exactly. So we have a pretty good caller checking in next, don't we, jdubbs? Or a voicemail?
Yeah, we've got Tony the Former Pony.
The former pony.
Oh yeah, once you go Xbox, you don't go back.
Exactly.
Hey Mooch, hey Crap, it's Tony the Former Pony. I've noticed on Twitter lately you guys been copping a lot of criticism flack for everything that goes wrong in the world. So and inspired me to put together this little song and sing along if you know the words. It goes exactly like this. PS4 Pro, a little bit more. DRM and play to win. No Man's Sky, Yoshida Lies, Xbox 2013. Crap didn't start the fire. No, the pro's been burning since the world's been turning. Mooch didn't start the fire. No, it's media bias, and he tried to fight it. Okay, guys, I hope you like it. And I'll see you in 2013. 17. Damn, want to put 2013 behind us.
That was absolutely hysterical.
Hey, did you see that one picture? And you're like, I think that was a bit much on Twitter. Where it's like the house burning down. It's like, thanks, Mooch and Crap. And you were like, that's a little too far.
I was like, maybe that's a bit far. It was just, I think that was a hater too, Crap. I'm not even sure.
It's hard. You know, no, I think that person is a friend of the show. I don't know. It's hard saying.
Well, listen, Tony the former pony, by the way, thank you, because I have to say that that's elevated to the top 3 calls of all time.
Yeah, that was great.
You know,
and a little bit of a rebound from last week, because I remember last week we had a couple really bad voicemails, like bad. Like that was very entertaining. Like I know, and you know what's funny is everybody's like tries to do a bit, right? Because they want to be part of the whack pack or whatever, which is cool. But sometimes you could just be you and call in. And
yeah, you don't have to do a character,
guys.
You can just be you. You know, but hey, we encourage whatever. We encourage.
Yeah, like that was damn funny. Like Stephen Hawking calling in. What a pleasant surprise! I'm a big fan.
Yes,
of it.
well, you know, we have so many celebrities. We have Arnold Schwarzenegger, the great Yoshida, Stephen Hawking. I mean, so many people call into the show. Crap, I didn't think we were this big. Maybe the Thanks Mooch and Crap is catching on. Maybe we are becoming. We're just waiting for that CBS contract now.
Yeah, so I do think that's you know, that's gonna happen sooner or later. I mean, it has to, you know, which I was a little bit bummed out because, you know, I'm a big Bubba the Love Sponge fan.
Yeah,
and they took him off the air in Tampa.
Why?
Because I don't know. They just I mean, he's still syndicated in certain areas. So like when he comes back in January, like I'll still be able to hear him because I would just listen on my phone or whatever anyway. But
right.
Like Tampa was his main hub, and they just said their station that he was on is changing their format and just like booed. I was like, damn, that sucks, man.
They did the same thing. They did the same thing with Stern when he was on terrestrial radio. Remember, he would disappear from one area and then come back. Once they find out that a lot of people won't advertise with that channel anymore, then they'll actually like give him another shot because they want the money, and he generates a lot of.
You know what happens? Like this is what happened, right? He was working for this one company, Cox Communications, and then they kind of like did this like reverse thing, like there was that whole sex tape thing or whatever. And so basically he got kind of fired over that. And then he joined up with Beasley, and they gave him like basically control over this small radio station that didn't have a big signal or anything like that. And they actually were doing pretty good with ratings and stuff. And then he got hit with some kind of ratings tampering or something like that. And so now they're like, he's off the air there. And they're like, yeah, well, we're changing our format, and we're doing Christmas music right now. And we'll be back with a different format at the beginning of the year. Right. So that's like a little bit unfortunate, but that's kind of bums me out, man. Cause there's not a lot of talk shows like that anymore on, you know, like everything's so politically correct. That sounds like, man, I hope that, you know, that they worked that out. Also, what's his name? The Baba Booey guy died from Howard Stern show. Joey Boots.
What do you mean?
He died, man. They found him dead the other day.
Well, not Baba Booey.
No, the guy who screams that. What's his name? Joey Boots, I believe his name.
Oh yeah,
is.
Joey Boots. The guy. He was was he the first one to say Baba Booey?
I think so.
No. See, the way Baba Booey came about, I actually watched the Stern. You know, Stern when he goes on vacation, he does like a whole like the best of.
Yeah,
he meant to say when he was asking about his favorite cartoon or something like that. He was talking about Yogi Berra, and in Yogi Berra, I guess or something like that. It was Bubba. What was it, Baba?
What the Boo Boo
or something like that. No, the Baba
yeah.
Baba Baloo or something like that was his favorite character, and he kept on saying Baba Booey, Baba Booey. So he was like, "Wait," he goes, "What is your favorite character?" Because for some reason, Baba Booey was always messing up his like language more when he was younger on the show.
Yeah,
I don't know if it was deliberate or not, but it was hysterical. And anyways, it just stuck. So I think you're right, but I think that Joey Boots guy was one of the first ones to actually like start screaming it or something. I don't know.
Yeah, he actually went to court and defended his right to say that and stuff. So like, yeah, that is like, that's always sad when you got like some of these originators.
You scared me when you said Bubba Boo. I was like, wait, Gary Dell'Abate's alive.
Yeah,
I'm like,
he's alive, but Joey Boots passed on. So yeah, that's kind of bummed out as far as the like the shock jock stuff goes, because I'm a fan. But also, you know what happened to Bubba the Love Sponge was he has haters, and what they do is they create like these accounts on Twitter and stuff, right. and they send messages and stuff to sponsors of his. Yeah. And say, oh, we're gonna boycott you, we're gonna do this because you guys are with that. Like, it's ridiculous, and I can relate to that stuff a bit. You know what I mean? I mean, obviously we don't have sponsors, but you know how like some of the bullshit we put up with. So.
Oh my God, yeah. Well, it's funny. I've seen a lot of people are doing like sponsors and this and that first. We don't do any. Our sponsors are just the audience. I don't think we don't have any sponsors.
We don't. Jay Williams is a sponsor. Good luck trying to get him to stop sponsoring us assholes.
By the way, if anyone hasn't noticed, shout out to jdubbs' t-shirt today with the thanks Mooch and Crap on his logo. It's fantastic.
Yeah, you know, I didn't even notice that.
Jay, you got to come on and say something just so people can take a look at your shirt.
I'm always trying to sell the merchandise for you guys. So
love it, absolutely love it. And you know, our next voicemail crap is one of my favorites from one of Zaire's podcasts. We should I want to hear what he's got to say.
Yeah, let's go ahead and rack that up.
Here we've got All Day on deck.
Big fan of All Day.
What's up, Mooch and Crap? This is your darkest distant cousin All Day. Shout out to Jay Williams. Amazing work this guy does, man, in the Xbox community as well as other platforms. Give this guy your money. Take it all. But this is my question / rant. The other day I was flipping through my YouTube and I seen Ryan McCaffrey interviewing this guy from Naughty Dog and talking about their story, how Sony bought them. Yeah. You got Ryan McCaffrey sitting there with his fucking tie on. And you got fucking sitting fucking across from each other like the love connection, having this deep, intimate conversation about how Sony bought them. Oh, who gives a fuck? But it's kind of funny how they grabbed Ryan McCaffrey out, the whole fucking team of journalists. They put the Xbox guy, talking to the Sony guy, kind of like bowing down. And that's kind of weird. I felt that was subliminal. Tell me, guys, how do you guys feel about that? Do you think a lot of these journalists start off biased and they kind of spread like wildfire through the community?
Yeah,
I think that it does. I mean, they're not slick. I catch on really fast and I pay attention. But great show. Happy holidays to all of you on the panel. And 2017, here we come. Bitch.
Yo, first of all, thank you All Day. Great message. And let me just say this much. This man couldn't be more spot on. And let me explain what he's saying, and I'll put my spin on it, okay? What's happening is what me and Crap have been saying for a while, and something I called out originally was the neutrals. So what happens here is you take the quote-unquote Xbox guy that's on IGN. He's doing Sony interviews now. So what ends up happening is the minute you talk to Ryan on Twitter or anybody on IGN that's a quote-unquote Xbox guy, they're like, whoa, take it easy. Hug a console. Take it easy. Relax. We play everything, right? Just that's a new shirt, Jay. Hug a console. Relax. So they do all that, and then what happens is the minute Sony does something, they're all pro Sony. So there's no pro Xbox anywhere. Whenever an Xbox guy comes on, like when Phil did his show, what does he do? He makes fun of Phil, right? Then when I think Aaron Greenberg has been interviewed by IGN, they do a couple of jabs. They jab him. Yeah. Well, what are we going to do with 4K if I don't have a 4K TV, Aaron? Like that attitude. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then you have these people come on from Sony, and the Xbox guys are so polite and so nice. And then when there's anything good with Sony, the entire Sony, what is the other half of their show called? Beyond. They all do just a huge Sony promotion. So what All Day is saying is this a subliminal message? And this is what we were talking about earlier on the show today. Okay, it's all subliminal to let you know that you either vote for Sony or PC and then Sony, and you have to dislike Xbox. Because the minute that anybody writes Ryan, being like, Ryan, why are you doing all this Sony stuff? He gets offensive, right? Crap, he gets really offensive online. He's like, whoa, why is the Xbox community coming after me? Well, we're coming after you because we don't understand what you're doing. There's nobody who does the Beyond doing interviews with Phil. There's nobody. When Greg Miller was at IGN doing Beyond in the Sony part, Greg Miller didn't interview Don Matrick or Phil Spencer. He stayed on the Sony side. So we don't have any listen, I've been saying it for a long time. Whether you like us or not, we're pretty much your only Xbox, not just us, but the Xbox community, BGST, Console Corner, TXR, Crossfire, Xbox Nation. It goes on and on and on, okay? We're the ones that are showing you more of the Xbox-centric world, okay? If you leave that world, all you're going to get is Sony bias from Polygon, Kotaku, IGN. They are Sony bias people. It's not me saying it. It's in black and white. It's right in front of you.
Yeah, it is pretty sad, and it's and it is weird because it's like you're right. Like the Ryan McCaffrey has always like, oh, I hate the power brick on the Xbox, Phil. We need bigger hard drives than 500 gigs and 1 terabyte because, and I'm not going to use that external because it's bulky and stupid. And then when he's talking, he's like, hey, hello, Master Yoshida-san. You know what I mean? It's I completely agree. And I think it's ridiculous. Like they are more asshole oriented towards the Xbox people. And then they kind of kiss ass to the Sony people, which I think is unfortunate, but I don't really watch any of those things anyway. But what's funny is like the kind of funny people end up being more legit than, I guess that must be because they're not really paid listen, IGN anymore. I don't know.
They're not see, when they were with IGN, they got a check at the end of the week, right? So they did whatever they did and they got paid. Okay, they were on salary.
Yeah.
Whether the salary was a lot or not, that's not my business. But what I'm saying is they were paid. Now they've understood that they know they're a Sony, a Sony channel. But they get paid when I watch their shows, they get paid, crap. So if they start to open up their mouth, like when Colin did 2 shows at 2.5 hours a rip, and he did a whole thing with he didn't understand where Sony was going with the PS4 Pro, okay, why they were coming out with that. That was when I was like, these, and then they've been making fun, that whole list of Japanese games that some of these people are throwing at us on Twitter, they made fun of that list. For the most part, they're like, no one's playing these games. I don't even know how to pronunciate that one game. That's what Tim Geddes said on Kind of Funny Games. So I mean, my point being is they understand that they have to appeal, which is the way it should be, right? Don't you want to get both parties in there? But IGN, no, they just want Sony and PC, which is why I don't watch them anymore, except for a couple of Let's Plays.
Yeah, well, it's kind of interesting because again, somebody in the chat was like, well, there's 17 confirmed PS4 exclusives coming in the first 4 months for PlayStation 4. And I'm sitting there like, what 17 games? I mean, are you talking about indies? Are you talking about remasters? Are you talking about Japanese games? Because certainly the only games that people really care about for the most part, like the majority, would be something like Horizon Zero Dawn or like an Uncharted 4 or like a God of War or like that Spider-Man game or even like a Death Stranding or something like that. But those games a lot of those are like 2018 probably. So
well, crap, listen, Cheese Puff, who's in the chat here, he says, Kind of Funny even said 2017 will be a weak year for PlayStation. It will. Because the only thing I think you're going to be getting out of PlayStation is Horizon in the beginning of the year. And I believe Kind of Funny said they're expecting Days. Am I saying it right? Days Gone?
But I don't think that's coming out this year. They said they're early in development. Yeah, they said they're early in the development.
Yeah, but the way Kind of Funny was describing that game was the same way us in the Xbox world were describing Recore. It's a game that they're not putting heavy resources in. Colin Moriarty said that they know for a fact they're not putting a lot of money into that game. And the reason that they want that game out in 2017 is it's eerily similar to The Last of Us with the zombie thing. So they're aiming for a late 2018 Last of Us 2. They don't want Days Gone and Last of Us 2 coming out in the same threshold.
I mean, you could be right, but hey, look, I think Last of Us 2 probably gets pushed to that 2019 anyway. Like
I agree, but
if they say, okay, well, it's coming out holiday 2018, which, hey, what a Christmas delight, right? Like a zombie. But anyway, a game with a somber story like that, like zombies, I'm okay with, but just like, they're going to let's play the violin.
They don't want to do the whole back-to-back thing. I don't know. It'll be interesting. Look, as far as me and you are concerned, by the way, I don't have a pro and you do, and I feel no envy to go get a pro.
You shouldn't feel any because literally there's nothing going on for it that you couldn't get out of your regular PlayStation 4. I guess if you had like VR maybe, but you know, I don't plan on buying VR unless they knock a couple $100 off that or something. I don't really
$300, but yeah. We do need, let's take a voicemail. We do
On
have
the second
Luca.
floor.
Luca from the second floor is calling in.
Yes.
Hey Mooch, Crap, jdubbs. Happy holidays. Hope you guys are doing well and spending time with your families. A quick question. Are there any games that you like to go back to and play when you're feeling down? Games that cheer you up without fail despite the amount of times you've already played them? Okay, that's all from me. Merry Christmas, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.
That's a good question.
Yeah. You know what? I don't know. I just think I play Forza, and that's like one of those games that I just smile a lot with. I think, you know, like Gears is a game like that too, or you know, just
Gears. I hate to say it, you kind of beat me to it. Gears is a game that before Gears 4 too. Forget Gears 4.
Yeah.
There was just times on the 360. I didn't even finish. I mean, I finished all of them, but I'm saying I didn't even go through to finish them. But like Luca was saying, to just turn it on, I would put on the original Gears a lot of times, Crap, and I would play the first like 5 levels over and over again. Like sometimes just because, like, I just liked playing the game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, so I guess I don't know if it was necessarily because I was, you know, down the dumps or anything. You know, somebody wrote BioShock.
I just started BioShock 1, and that game's kind of creepy.
How far are you, Crap?
I'm still kind of early. I had my first run. I electrocuted like the Big Daddy or whatever. He's like in the water, and they're like, "You should take." So I'm still early. It won't let me take screenshots. It's like you're not allowed to take screenshots.
You can't. So here's what happened. So when I got the BioShock collection early in December, it was either early in December or late November. I got it. I thought there was something wrong with either my service or the new, because I just gotten, no, it was right after the new console came out, the Gears of War console. And I just put it in, and I'm like trying to take screenshots, and I'm like telling my wife, I'm like, I can't take any screenshots.
Yeah.
So finally I took to Twitter, and I said, is this a software problem? Is this a me problem? What's going on here? And everybody wrote me back within like a minute. And they're like, no, they don't want screenshots taken for this game because they feel it gives away the narrative of the story, which, I mean, yes, but
some of the I thought it looked good. I was like, this looks good. I wanted to show some of it off. Yeah.
It's gorgeous. Listen, I know a lot of people are saying, oh, now that they're back compat, you know, you don't need to go buy the game. Listen, if you're a BioShock fan, go buy the collection. It's like $30.
Yeah, and like the colors, and this is the first time I played BioShock 1, and I was like, wow, this looks really cool.
Right.
And you know, so I was just like, this looks, I really like how it looks. So
it's gorgeous, Crap.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with it so far. And yeah, so I was like, you know, like I said, I bought like all the games now, so everything.
Yeah, that's why I might end up keeping. I might just end up keeping Mafia 3 because if I return it, the only thing I would be doing is returning it and putting money down on Halo Wars because I have everything. I don't think there's another game out there. You know, I'm going to be focusing in on BioShock collection and probably getting into Dead Island with you, the remaster that we picked up for $20.
Yeah, $20, man. That was
two games, $20.
Pretty damn good deal.
Start playing Half-Life 2 as well, Crap, because that gets creepy when you go to Ravenholm.
You're never gonna get Crap to play that game.
Half-Life 2. I would only play it just to just to like see what's up or to like mock PC gamers. I know PC gamers, like that's their holy grail.
Yeah.
And like somebody that's playing that game for the first time, like right now, I don't know if it would be like this big, because I know that like the protagonist doesn't talk and stuff, and I'm not a big fan of that, you know, like.
Well, not just that, but for some reason with me with Half-Life 2, it's kind of like when I sit here, and you understand my whole family is right from Italy, but everybody in Europe loves soccer, like the rest of the world loves soccer, and I watch it, and I'm still kind of like, I get a lot of you like that, but man, I don't see the attraction to soccer that much. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, I understand they're saying the same thing about the NFL probably or baseball, but my thing is just that, like, that's my problem with Half-Life 2. I know there's a lot of PC people that are really into it, but I'm like, how are you into something that, I don't know. I could care less about Half-Life 2. You know, I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah, well, you know what? It's like, same thing with soccer, man. It's like, that is really boring to me.
Yeah, it's just boring.
Yeah,
Boo.
Sorry, Jay being from not the U.S. is that doesn't shock me. He's a soccer fan.
Well, you know what? I think the rest of the world really likes that because you could be extremely, I think, a lot of these poorer countries and stuff like that.
Well, that's what they say.
And, yeah, it's easy just to have like a ball, and then you can like make anything to a goal or whatever. And so like they really like it, and I understand that. Like that could be cool or whatever. Like for me,
absolutely.
I like like baseball. You needed like gloves were expensive, bats were expensive, ball.
You needed 18 people to play too. In soccer, you don't. You could just have it, 3v3.
Hey, that's true too. Yeah.
I mean, I think a lot of people in the cities, like where you grow up in the cities, a lot of people were playing basketball. There was a lot of hoops up all over. We played a lot of I think that's why basketball has gained so much fame and publicity over the years. Crap in this country.
Don't Xbox Pope says should I buy a BioShock
Absolutely.
collection? Yeah.
Like
I bought it.
Xbox Pope. By the way, did anybody find it absolutely hysterical that the Xbox Pope's birthday is on Christmas? Like how the heck more convenient could it be that I named him Xbox Pope and he's born on the day of the big JC?
Yes,
that's amazing,
exactly.
right? I mean, that doesn't get any better.
You see all the Xbox stuff they got him and his son and everything. They got like this.
I know
of Xbox stuff. I was like, holy cow!
Nice work. Well, if anyone deserves it, it's the Pope.
Oh god! You know what? I saw somebody in the chat. They're like, more than just poor countries play soccer. That's going to be the next thing. Crap and Mooch think that only poor people play soccer. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I can see.
That's not what he's saying.
Yes, I can see. But that's why a lot of people around the world play.
Well, hold on. Before you hate Crap for his statement, all right, that was actually said by, I believe, Bob Costas during one of the Summer Olympics. Bob Costas said the reason that soccer was a phenom was because, and they were in Australia, I believe, they showed like areas of the world where people just didn't have the funds to be able to play the other. This was just a ball, and you can make anything in the world as a net. Anything in the world as a net, or as a goal, or two posts, or a fence line. Anything could be the goal stand. As anybody knows, NeoGaf moves the goalposts all the time.
All the time.
So you can always move
goal with that GIF all the time. Yeah, yes. He's like, and he got his Xbox One S. So yeah, I mean everybody's getting that thing. And he said he had really a hard time finding one. Like finally, after weeks of looking, that they finally found one. So I think Xbox is doing rather well in a lot of these places and things like that. But yeah, like you said, man, like growing up, we had like there was like a good 6 or 7 friends or whatever, and so we would always play like football or maybe even 2-hand touch football on the street, and that
was our thing.
Yeah.
I mean, touch football or 2-hand touch football, flag football, or basketball. Like I said, there was just a lot of hoops up.
Yeah.
Not hoops owned by anybody, but just like there was just hoops. We played a lot of basketball too.
We even played some badminton. Yeah, I'm not going to lie, man. We were like
badminton?
Yeah, a little badminton. Because there was. What's
street
that?
hockey in Canada. It was always street hockey when you weren't on the ice.
We did a lot of street hockey too, but I guess you do have to admit, Jay, that's even street hockey, even if you're talking glove, stick, a puck, like it's in skates, that's still expensive.
More, yes, you need more than you need, like just a couple nets and a ball.
Yeah. I mean, we played a lot of street hockey too.
I played that too. I was a goalie because I couldn't skate very well.
Well, we did rollerblades in the summer, and then of course ice. Basically, we would do ice in the summer too, but you had to go to the rinks, and that cost a lot of money to rent.
Yeah,
ice time. So that wasn't cheap. But yeah, no, I mean,
surprise, Nukem is all about the hockey.
Yeah, go figure. When in July he's sitting on an icicle. Yeah, we love Noof. Noof is great. Noof, thanks for contributing to the show, buddy. We appreciate it.
Yeah,
we have. I think we have. I would like to take a voicemail because I'm a big fan of the next caller as well.
That's right. We have Boss Carlos coming.
Yeah, the boss.
Yo, what's up, Mooch, President, and Crap Gamer, Pony Leg Breaker Extraordinaire. Yo, what's up, jdubbs, man? It's your boy, Boss Carlos, calling from Washington, D.C. My question is, Rise 2, Sunset Overdrive 2, do you guys believe that Microsoft will double down and one more chance take a shot at these two iconic IPs, even though they didn't sell that well, according to like you guys? And also, I'm trying to get that Battlefield 1 if y'all guys can help me out with that, man. Boss, call us out. Xbox is indeed the best box. And fuck PlayStation. I'm out.
Nice. Very nice. And that's why
he always sounds so clean when he calls in and leaves a voicemail. And he
does.
And whenever he's on Xbox Live, because he'll be in game night sometimes.
Yeah.
His like he's got the worst echo ever. You know what I mean? It's just like,
that's why I'm a fan of the boss, man.
Yeah, but that's pretty cool stuff, man. Like, and now you are entered to win Battlefield 1. So, and we're giving that away for 2 straight weeks. We've got a couple of codes, so hopefully, yeah. Hey, we're the Abbott and Costello. Damn it, I know which one I am. God damn it.
Costello was the funny one. The Abbott's the straight man. So you're lucky.
That's true. That's true.
So you're better off being the comical guy. Who's on First was made by Abbott, or not Abbott, Costello. So
that's true. That's true. What the hell was Boss Carlos's question?
He asked about Rise 2, Sunset Overdrive 2.
You know what? I think we have more of a chance to see a Sunset 2 at some point than Rise.
I do too. Listen, Crytek's out of business, and Crytek makes boring games, people. I understand that you guys all liked, you guys are big fans of the way Rise looked. And don't get me wrong, it's a graphical showcase. I'm not going to diss it. But for God's sake, people, you can't say you were enthralled with that story, or, you just couldn't wait to see what happened to Marcus. It's Ben-Hur without the Ben. Sans the her. It was just blah. But what I mean, and then it was just like the movie 300 when he's like, how will we ever fight millions of soldiers? It's block, thrust, hurrah. You know what I mean? It's like that's all it was over and over again. So listen, Rise was beautiful, but Sunset Overdrive was absolutely fun. It was a fun, great gameplay. The color, imagine that in HDR, crap.
Yeah, you know what? I think that with like a team deathmatch sort of thing, I think that would be phenomenal. And I think that is like the co-op campaign and a team deathmatch away from being like an iconic franchise. And so I think that's what. If Microsoft is smart, they will definitely do that, because I see a lot of people now, they're like, well, I'm just now getting in. I got my Xbox One and I got Sunset Overdrive. This game's amazing. So it's not, it's not 2014 anymore. Like if that game were to come out now, I think it'd be a huge success. They'd be like saying we sold 2 million on, launch week or whatever. So hopefully they kind of, stick with that, because they've done a lot of really good franchises that people have kind of ignored. Quantum Break being one of them.
I gotta say,
criminal that game isn't getting as much.
It is criminal. Shout out to K Mega who's in the chat. I feel bad. K Mega, 2 of our BGST brothers, K Mega and Zaire, loved Rise's story, and I know that, but I just felt like, for me personally, it was the evolution of launch title, right? It was a graphical showcase with repetitive nature. And I think that happens all the time with a lot. I mean, the only time you didn't see that was like back in the SNES days, like when Super Mario World came out. That wasn't too repetitive. It was, Mario, but it had the same kind of, like, you saw a little bit more play go into it, a little bit more gameplay. Whereas I thought Rise was very repetitive. I got Rise day one, and it didn't resonate with me personally. I was more of a Dead Rising 3 fan when the console came out, and I also got, of course, Call of Duty, and I think I got NBA as well. But I
liked Rise a lot. I thought it had a really good story. I thought.
Look, I'm not opposed to Rise 2, crap.
Yeah. Oh, I think it was really good. Like their whole launch lineup, I thought was really good. Especially for launch games. I mean, props to them for getting out a varied launch. I had all of it, man. It's like, you want to talk about a company letting you down. Sony with their launch lineup, it was Knack and Killzone 2, and that was it. And then you look on Microsoft's side, and they launched Killer Instinct, Rise, Zoo Tycoon, Forza Motorsport 5, Dead Rising 3. You know what I mean? They just had they just had a much better launch lineup, and Rise was just that was the first game I played, and I was like, wow, that was that next generation type. Wow, I thought it was really good. So
K Mega saying he just got DR4. K Mega, you're gonna love Dead Rising 4. It's fun. There's a little bit of repetitiveness, but I mean that's what I think you come to expect that in Dead Rising. That all the Dead Risings are like that.
I like how they structured it with the cases and stuff. Like, to me, and I know, like, who like hates open world games is Next Gen. I didn't do a single side mission in this. I just went right to the.
What do you mean by side mission? Like, because I'm doing a lot, but
oh well, go check out that you'll get the calls from that one girl, and she's like, "Did you hear? There's this thing going on," and then and you can do these event missions or
but
side missions.
As you walk by them, the events are just taking place, aren't they?
They are, but there's also side missions as well. Like I said, that conspiracy theory girl, she'll call you and she'll be like, I heard they're keeping this and such in in this place or whatever. And those are the legit side missions. I didn't do any of those. I just did the main missions,
I'm trying to find all the newspapers. I'm trying to find all the blueprints, and I'm doing the main missions. And then anything I run into when you're doing encounters.
You can go back. Like that's the cool thing about it. Like I can go back and do that other stuff, you know. So I finished the main storyline.
Can you do the side missions later too?
Yeah, I think you can still go back and play the side missions and level up.
There you go.
So yeah, so
cool.
Yeah, so I think that's pretty cool. But I love that game. I think it's really, really good. Who we got on deck, jdubbs?
We've got Niners for life.
Niners for life.
Ooh, God, it's been a rough year for him.
Yes.
Morning, Crap, Mooch, and Jay. This is Niners for life. Question I have this morning is 3 years ago when the Xbox One was introduced, they had a feature that was called for development kits. Well, the actual consumer portion of it was going to be a dev kit. I'm wondering when the Scorpio comes out, will they implement that same feature to Scorpio? All right, thanks.
I mean, I think that was the idea. That Crap was supposed to be so that anybody who wanted to be, you know, make an indie title or whatever could pay a certain amount of money or very little or none and transform their Xbox One into a dev kit.
You can do that. They did that March 30th of this year. Anyone can turn their Xbox One into a dev kit for free.
And I don't know who's using it or who isn't. I don't know if that's been a huge success. Depending on the usage, Niners, I think that's how we'll see if Scorpio does it. I mean, personally, I don't care. I buy a console to play games, not make them.
I'm not gonna mess with that stuff. Yeah,
it's why. I mean, shout out to what's his name, or Danny Boy, who plays Project Spark. But that's why those games didn't resonate with me. Even my son, one of the games he asked for Christmas was Mario Maker. So we got that for his 3DS, and I'm sitting there playing it. And don't get me wrong, you know what I told him? I said, "You make the level, and I'll play it."
Yeah,
I mean, like, I don't. That's just not me. I'm not the art guy. You know, maybe.
Well, you know what the interesting thing was that Project Spark was very tough. Right, like because and
it was a high learning.
Yeah, and Danny Boy, like props to him for being able to put those games together.
Absolutely,
he did the BGST one. He did the one where we're going to GameStop, like kicking people's asses. He's done a lot of really cool stuff with that. But it's like not just like it's not simple at all. Like it's time you put in logic for the NPCs and all that stuff, right? So it is like very difficult. And like I always thought that game would have been much bigger because you could use your Kinect and do movements and then have that track to what the NPCs do. Right. So
the Don's in the chat. Don, I'm glad you're here. I was actually gonna wait to ask you on Crossfire next week or whichever show I catch you on next. Don, do you think it's a good idea having the dev kit built into the Xbox One S and Scorpio in the future?
He says he uses it.
He says he uses it. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, if he's using it, Don, we know, does dabble. He's doing software for certain games, maybe one even being his own. I've only touched the skim of the surface with him on that. But, I mean, if it's something that people are using, shoot, it doesn't affect me. It doesn't bother me that it's in there. But personally, I would say maybe 95 to 98% of people, 98 to 99% of people aren't using it.
Yeah. So yeah, I always love it when people get into this whole Dead Rising 4 coming to PS4 nonsense. Look, there's no there's no comment.
But the media ran with it. The media did it again.
Because they're like, well, is it exclusive to Microsoft platforms? And they're like, well, no.
Microsoft published
it. Yeah, the Windows version was a timed exclusive. It goes to Steam in like 60 days or something like that, or 30 days or whatever it is. So I think that's what you're talking about. But Microsoft published it. It's a Microsoft published game.
So it's not going to Sony.
I don't think it's going to go to PS4.
It'll be on Windows 10 and Steam.
So some people might not consider that, but they never said anything about it going to another console. So, and then the same thing, like say it does a year later or whatever, like at that point, who cares?
If you're a Sony fan in this chat blowing us crap, okay, blowing us shit, I got news for you. All you care about is something doesn't show up on Xbox, and Xbox guys just care it doesn't show up on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Where it ends up on Steam and that other stuff, that's why PC guys are only upset with console people because we consider them a never was. They don't really exist. So
I don't like really me, like PC people are the most irrelevant.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I can care less.
To me. Like they're like, but we get to do this, and I'm like, you know what? I have a PC, I could play. There's no games on PC where I'm like, man, I really want to play that. If there was, then I would play it. You know what I mean? Like I have a PC, but there's no games that I want to play. But I do think it's funny, like every time we see a game go to PC to Xbox, which there's going to be a bigger influx of that with Scorpio. But I do think it's hilarious when that happens, and like, you know, I'm like, oh, there's another one, you know. But it doesn't really matter to me because I think PC is pretty damn irrelevant, just like PlayStation 4 at this point, pretty irrelevant. So who do we got on deck, jdubbs?
We've got Amir Khan. Hopefully I pronounced his name properly.
Okay. If not, then it's just jokes, people.
Hi, guys. I was just wondering, what's your biggest disappointment of 2016? And what games are you looking forward to 2017? Oh, and also Rogue One was amazing. Just pointing that out there. All right. Thanks. Bye.
What was the question?
What was his question?
I think it was, what was your most anticipated game for 2017?
What was the most anticipated game for 2017? Mine is probably Sea of Thieves or Crackdown 3. I might say Sea of Thieves because that's right up my alley.
What was the crap? I didn't even hear. I still didn't hear what you guys are saying. Sea of Thieves is your most anticipated?
Most anticipated of 2017, yeah.
So Xbox game or in general?
I think he just thinks he meant in general.
Well, if it's in general, I would say that my most anticipated is going to be, this is not going to be the answer people are going to want to hear, but my most anticipated is going to be the game that Microsoft decides to pair with the Scorpio. Just because I want to see what they're going to say. When you buy this piece of hardware, you need this software. You know what I mean? It's like I said earlier on the show, the mannequin effect. Whatever, and you walk into a store, you walk into Macy's, and you see the mannequin wearing something. You're like, oh, that's that right there. That's what I want. That's what I think we should. You know what I mean? That looks like a good pairing. So that. But if you want to say most anticipated, I would also say Sea of Thieves. If I'm being, just in the Xbox camp.
Somebody in the chat says that it sounded like he said what was the most disappointing game of 2016, which, I mean, I'm going to throw Division out there as being one of them.
Absolutely.
That Deus Ex game. I did a video of the top 5 most disappointing. It was like those two.
Well, the list goes on and on with Sony, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it would be
Yeah, like,
The Last Guardian, No Man's Sky.
Yeah. I mean, all that stuff was kind of disappointing as far as I'm concerned. So
yeah, what is it? 2/3 of Sony's first party games were let down in 2016.
Yeah, so 2016, I would say, like No Man's Sky is a joke. Like that Astronomeer game, that is so far so good, like much better.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
$20, and Jez, he said this all along, that had they done a early game release for $20 of No Man's Sky, it would have been much better received. But the fact that they hyped that up and it was like a full $60, yeah, people weren't really digging it.
I mean, I do agree with you, though. Third party wise, I would say it was probably the Division for sure. That game is just terrible.
Awful.
Terrible.
I mean, it was good. I liked it at first, and then it got really bad. Like
if some other company could just buy it and then make it fun, like the groundwork they did in the artwork is beautiful. Just change the entire mechanics and change the story. Not the story, but you know what I mean? Like make it build on the story, build a lot.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. So I think that I'm very excited for that. Who do we got on deck?
Who do we got next?
jdubbs?
Sorry, guys. So I'm just taking a live call. If you want to take.
Okay.
That's fine.
No problem. He's jdubbs is like.
Well, yeah. What Jay also wanted us to let everyone know is make sure to call in with your best thanks, Mooch and Crap, because we will be doing the $10 gift card at the end, and I think we only gotten one person so far.
Yeah, so call in if you want to win a $10 Xbox Live gift card. Call in, give us your best. Thanks, Mooch and Crap. Maybe you spilled something on yourself, or
I've gotten so many great ones over the weekend. Some I can't even repeat.
Yeah,
they're just hysterical. I can't repeat them because they're slightly inappropriate, but they are very funny.
So, guys, ready for a live call?
Yeah, let's hear it.
On the phone, we've got Yeah Way We.
Hey, Mooch and Crap, how you doing? This is Yeah Way We from Pennsylvania. My question is, since the parts ain't out for Scorpio yet, do you think they will have time for overheating issues? And Crap, what do you think about the Ravens losing in the last 9 seconds yesterday?
Fuck you.
Thank you very much.
You know what? I think that as far as that goes, go back and watch some of the clock on that. Like, it doesn't start up right. Like, the clock on that was horrible. Like, that's what you call home cooking when you're in Pittsburgh, right? Like, they start the play and then let's complete a pass and then go down there and spike the ball and take 2 seconds off the clock, like on like a 15-yard gain. I don't think so. You know what I mean? Like, go back and look at it. There shouldn't have been that much time left. And I think, I mean, it is what it is. Like, I honestly had forgot how obnoxious some Steelers fans can be because they haven't beaten my team in 2.5 years. So, but when they finally win one, it's like, yay, I guess. I mean, cool.
Well, same thing happened with the Giants on Thursday night. That last play that Eli threw to Shepard, the defender for the Philadelphia Eagles was actually asked him for a piggyback ride when they hiked the ball.
Yeah.
So he was on his back giving him a piggyback ride. And Shepard was like, "Can I get a flag?" Now, if that was the other way around, the officials just have something out for the wide receiver core and the Giants. That's just a me thing. But you can clearly go back and watch it. Even the official. I love how Chris Collinsworth, though, he defended it. He's like, "Well, fourth quarter, one of the last plays. That's just how that's kind of how this kind of game goes." No, it's not at all. They gave against the Giants. They give, and if the Giants even like tickled somebody, it was like, flag. So it is what it is. We get. I feel like the Ravens are I think you guys are like the AFC team of the Giants, right? Where like, we're always in it. We're always there. We don't always make the playoffs, but like we always get the shit calls.
Yeah. Well, this particularly happens a lot against the Steelers and Patriots, where, and people are like, Big Ben solidifies his role as a clutch quarterback. And I'm like, he threw 2 interceptions.
Yeah.
I was like, the guy had a bum ass game. I was like, he got lucky at the end, but like at the end of the day, he had a terrible performance. It wasn't anything to brag about or anything like that. They had some home cooking, whatever. It is what it is. They finally won one after their longest losing streak ever to the Ravens. It was like 2.5, almost 3 years since they won a game. Hell, we beat them last year with third string quarterbacks both games. So, I mean, it kind of is what it is. And what the hell was his other question? I don't even know.
That football one kind of took over.
Yeah, it
did. What was it? I thought it was something with Scorpio, but I could be wrong.
About overheating. Yeah.
I mean, they're not going to let that happen. Microsoft, listen, that $1 billion it cost to fix the 360, they're never doing that again.
Yeah. So, I think that it's going to be.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about that at all. I think that it's going to be phenomenal.
They've got the Xbox One S designed to be on crap. You leave yours on 24/7.
Mine is on right now.
It's on all the time.
Yeah.
Well, somebody wrote me one time. They're like, I send crap all these messages. He never writes me back. I go, no. I go, he leaves his Xbox on all day, dude. It's not like he's playing all day. He leaves it on all day.
If it's on if it's on the media player, there's a good I leave it on all night even, and it's like my TV's not on.
Speaking of last night, by the time everybody went to bed, everyone still had like Christmas hype and everything. It was about 12 o'clock midnight when I got a chance to turn on, play some games. And I went to go play some single player campaign on Titanfall 2. Crap, that game is fucking terrible. I mean, it's terrible. I'm playing the part with the part that everyone liked is the part I like the least right now. I'm in the time warp part.
Yeah, I like that. So,
when you warp between when you had a fight, like when they have all those creatures attacking you when you're doing the jumping part of that.
Yeah.
Like it scared the absolute. Well, I have the A50s on blast in my ears. When I time warped and I was like, well, I got to get away from all these soldiers. I time warped to I thought it was a safer area. 5 of those freaking like T-Rex things or whatever those things are called, those like the hippopotamus things with fangs like jump on you, and I'm like, holy shit, dude, it's gonna. I'm like, this is so whacked out. I'm like, what the hell's going? Nobody even says what the hell's going on during it. I don't know. I personally, I think maybe it's because I'm piecemealing it in chapter by chapter, but man, I don't know. I don't see the hype in that game at all.
Yeah, like I went right through it. Like for me personally, like I played it. It was.
I'm also playing it on the hardest setting, which I don't think is that big of a deal, but it's just. It's a pain in the balls, man. It's a pain in the balls. It really, and it's like, I'm like, I don't know. For some reason, I'm just not feeling it. And every 5 seconds, you got BT or whatever. He's like, I'll be outside, pilot. Well, listen, all the action's going on inside, dude. So if you can help me out anytime soon, that'd be wonderful. Well, just make your way outside, pilot. Then I make my way outside, and he's like, I'm not there yet. I'm like, what the hell you been? I've been inside fighting for a fucking month. So I mean, like, it's just the game is just a mess. You got to wonder why there's 18,000 people online and they can't give the game away.
Well, no, it's gone up to like over 60,000 or whatever.
No, enjoy that week.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah.
Merry Christmas.
Hey, to the guy in there talking about VG charts, it's fake, bro. VG charts we might as well come up with MNC charts.
Yeah, MNC charts is rivaling VG charts right now.
Yeah, like VG charts, right? Like the MNC charts. I'm gonna go ahead and go out on a limb and say Xbox One is at 38.6 million sold right now, and PS4 they've actually lost a little bit. They're only 3 million ahead right now, according to MNC charts.
Yes.
So yeah, you've got that. You've got that going for you. So
try MNC charts, and we're better than Z Huge too.
Yeah, exactly.
Bias ass. Yeah,
exactly. So
let's take another voicemail, Jay.
Yeah. What do we got going?
We got Ben Turpin.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Guys, my name's Ben from the UK. I just have a really quick question. Do you think the Scorpio is going to have graphical options like the PlayStation 4 Pro? Cheers and thank you.
Oh, right to the point. Merry Crimbo. I think that's how they say it there, right? I don't know.
Yeah,
I think that there's going to be basic settings, like you're going to be able to play 1080 60 or whatever. I think that that's going to be something that they're going to do, and I think that that's very smart of them to do. So yeah, I think that
I liked how he said the PS4 Pro has. PS4 Pro doesn't give you any options really. It's like 4K 30. It's not 4K. It should say parentheses. And then I don't know if they even have. I think on Rise of the Tomb Raider they did have. Did they have a? They don't have a 1080 60. They have a 1080 unlocked or something like where you can. It's close to 60, but it's not locked at 60. Yeah, I don't know. It's a mess. The PS4 Pro is a mess.
Hey, check this out. VG charts are only legit when it can be used to bash Xbox. Thanks, Mooch and Crap.
Yo, Showman, call in. You can win $10 with that one.
Yeah, I mean, come on, that would have been perfect, man.
That's the winner, probably, if you call in.
Exactly. How many more voicemails do we have, Jay?
I think we have 5 more.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and rack up.
Let's roll a few because we're already at 2 hour mark.
Okay, so we're at the next one in line is Timotheus.
All right.
Hey, Mooch and Crap, this is Tim again. I called a couple of weeks ago about the Xbox Scorpio coming to the Elite controller. I guess we just have to agree to disagree. I got a question. Halo 6, what are you guys' predictions on the sales of it with the install base of the Xbox continually growing? And with Halo 5 grossing in over 400 million, I know I'll be a day one purchaser. I'll probably buy one for my son as well. I just wanted to know what your guys' predictions are of Halo 6 week 1 sales. Thank you. Bye.
Is this Groundhog Day? Because I could have sworn we had this call last week.
I don't know. We did get this call. Very similar. I did. Yeah. Halo 6 is going to be a juggernaut. I mean,
it's going to be huge because it's going to be available after there's already a significant. Look at Halo 5. It launched a little over a year ago.
Yeah.
There's already way more Xbox Ones on the market now. Imagine the amount of Xbox Ones on sold then, and Scorpios as well, because Scorpio would have been out for probably a year. Because we're going to get Halo 6 in 2018. They usually do a 3-year development cycle on those. So, I think, and it's also going to be on Windows 10 as well. So I think that it's going to be a hugely.
Shadow Warrior in the chat crap wrote Uncharted Collection outsold Halo 5. Hey, Shadow Warrior, when you say something like that you sound so dumb. It's almost, you might as well have just wrote today is Wednesday. In the chat.
I mean, look,
you're an idiot.
VG charts they just guess everything. First of all, second of all, we know Halo 5 sold 5 million within the first 3 months on the market.
Right.
From Frank, who one of the people that runs 343. So 5 million in the first 3 months. I can imagine what it's out now, probably closer to 10. Everybody's bought it. I mean, it's been on sale for like $20. So regardless, you're probably looking at that. And then the Uncharted collection. Sony never came out and said anything as far as sales goes for that. They're giving that thing away left and right. I mean, you could pick it up for, I think, like $10 or something. So, yeah. Enjoy watching the show, though. But, awesome. So
yeah. It's also, so crap, just a quick side note on a movie. I watched X-Men, what is it, Apocalypse last night in 4K. I watched it in 4K. Listen, everyone told me that wasn't very good. I thought it was a great X-Men, to be honest with you. I enjoyed it.
I thought it was okay for what it was, but I mean, as someone that
it's one of the ones that's like the go back in time ones. They do like every other one is that like First Class episode. This is the First Class part 2.
Yeah, like I didn't hate it or anything. I thought it was okay.
Yeah, I thought it was all right. I think when you utilize the superpowers a little bit better than other versions of the X-Men, it's, you know, they even took a jab at themselves at it. Remember they said they were walking out of a movie and they're so Star Wars or whatever, and they were like, the third one's never as good as the others, and they were jabbing themselves because X-Men 3 of the original 3 was awful.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that, but it was like
I do. They handled the Phoenix Saga.
Yeah, that was the
horrible.
Phoenix Saga. It was terrible.
They killed off Cyclops off screen. I was like
yeah,
really? Come on, you know?
Yeah.
Just
Everybody died in it.
Yeah, it was really bad, just awful, terrible.
Yeah. So we should take another call since we're way over our we're going over 2 hours now, guys. I'd like to get more of these calls in before we do the Wheel O Wonder.
Yeah. Do we have voicemails, jdubbs? What do we got?
I think we got Esky Boy. Or he may be taking a call right now. Someone's probably calling in being like, if I get in last minute right now, he can somebody can scoop up that $10 gift card.
Yeah, like, come on, people. Don't you want free stuff? Christmas time. Merry Crimbo.
Come on. Mooch even started the show with singing, "Come on, people now. Share upon your brother."
Hey, it doesn't get much better than that.
He doesn't get any
live one, guys. We have a live one here. So if you want to just give me 1 second.
Yeah, absolutely. We figure you're taking a call.
Yeah. I got more holiday candy to eat and stuff, so.
You probably got a ton of Starburst.
Oh, my gosh.
This is W checking in from Connecticut. My Mooch and thanks, Mooch and Crap. BG cards is only legit when it's used to bash Xbox. Thanks, Mooch and Crap.
There it is. He called in. That's great.
He did. He called in, and he could win.
He very well could win unless somebody comes in
will.
the next 10 minutes to steal it from him.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Mooch and Crap. BG chart's only relevant when it bashes Xbox, which is so true. Just like, people can say whatever they want up to Xbox executives or Xbox fans, and it's only a problem if Mooch and Crap say something.
Yeah, somebody in the somebody just wrote, apparently they're working and they needed their closing manager. My closing manager isn't coming in today to close up shop. Thanks, Mooch and Crap. So he's stuck at work. Just great.
Guys, that was Show and W. That's what his name was. So he's the only one that has that called in. So I think we should give the $10 to him.
Okay,
Well,
I'm cool with that.
Well, the producer says so. He's very highly ranked here. So
yes, I mean,
I don't like to disagree with the producer.
Exactly. What is up with people spamming? Jesus.
I don't know. I just got rid of that person.
Yeah.
I thought they would stop, but whoever it is.
Yeah, people are idiots. Let's go ahead and do another voicemail.
Okay, we've got Esky Boy.
Esky Boy.
Big fan of Esky Boy.
Yeah.
Hey, Mooch and Crap. Esky Boy here. I wanted to ask you guys for some pointers or tips in starting a podcast. I'm from the UK and we have a pretty good Xbox community here, and I'd love to get a weekly show up and running like you guys do, but I have no idea where to start. Any help would be appreciated. Thanks.
Well, I mean, Crap, I like to let the YouTube stuff go to you because you've got you're the reigning king on that.
What was his question exactly?
He wants to start up a YouTube channel in the UK. He thinks he has a good following. There's a good following of Xbox folks. He just wanted some pointers on how to get started.
Yeah, you just do a channel and then you do, people like content on a regular basis.
Yeah.
So like that would be my thing. And stay away from doing drama videos and stuff like that. Just like people will come at you. Like for some reason, there's people with 100,000 subscribers plus that come at me. And it's like, why would anybody with that many subscribers even bother? You know what I mean? It'd be like me going after somebody that has like 500 subscribers, there'd be no point. So yeah, I think that it would be
and be yourself. My recommendation is to totally be yourself. Whatever it is that makes you, do that. Don't shy back because people are like, "Oh my God, you're not being politically correct." Who cares? Do what you want. I mean, don't be ridiculous, but at the same time, if you have something to say, it's on your mind, speak it. Don't do that. If you're gonna go in there, if you're gonna do it, Esky, and I know you enough from Twitter that you won't do this. But if you're going to go on there with all this kumbaya bullshit where like, I play PlayStation Monday through Wednesday and I play Xbox on Thursday through Saturday, it takes Sunday off. It's the Lord's Day. If you're going to do all that stuff, I got news for you. I hope you're going to get 25 views and it's going to be half of them are going to be your family members. Like, nobody cares. Like, go on there, speak your mind, do a show. People tune in because they really want to hear what you have to say from your gut, from your heart, right from the pit of your stomach. That's what they want to hear. So my recommendation is be yourself and be consistent.
Yeah, exactly. And I agree wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Who do we got next, jdubbs?
Raul.
Hello, Mooch and Crap. This is Raul from California. I just want to say you guys do a great job, and I want to know something. A friend of mine said that a PS4 can do 4K, and I want you guys to clear that up. Also, you guys think that one day we're gonna see the Brutes again in the original series of Halo? Because I love the Brutes way better than the Prometheus. So have a good day, guys, and talk to you guys later. Bye.
Well, the 4K thing, Crap, you want to tackle that?
Yeah, like the PS4 Pro can do 4K on like last gen games or like indies and stuff like that, but it's not really going to be able to do that on native 4K. They do that whole checkerboard upscale stuff. So yeah, you're not going to see The Last of Us 2 running in 4K. You know, you'll see The Last of Us 1, which was a PS3 game, which it should.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, yeah. So you're not going to be able to do it. And as for the Brutes, I heard the Flood might be coming back in the next Halo as well.
Yes.
So yeah, I think they are going to be bringing back, you know what they're going to be bringing back some classic characters. And I like how they took a hit with the Halo 5 story, but I think it sets up a bigger story arc in Halo 6.
Yes, it does. I think sometimes you got to set the volleyball up to get spiked. It's just the way it is.
Exactly. Good. That's a good Moochism right there. So
it works.
Yes, it does. Who do we got now?
Varun.
This guy, yeah, he's always trying to leave stuff. So.
Hey, Crap and Mooch. I just wanted to ask, what are you guys' opinion on like developers saying that Xbox Scorpio can do 4K 60 FPS rather than PlayStation Pro? Because because people have been lying about like PlayStation Pro doing 60 FPS and 4K. Yeah, that was my question. Thank you and have a great day.
Crap, you're gonna have to hit me with half of that.
You know what? I was gonna ask you to hit me with half of that. I have no.
Jay, can we get the producer? Can we get like a judge call?
What do you want to know?
What did he ask?
How did he ask?
Let me play one more time. Listen.
Sure.
Hey, Crap and Mooch. I just wanted to ask, what are you guys' opinion on like developers saying that Xbox Scorpio can do 4K 60 FPS rather than PlayStation Pro? Because people have been lying about like PlayStation Pro doing 60 FPS and 4K. Yeah, that was my question. Thank you and have a great day.
Well, I think that Xbox Scorpio is going to be able to do 4K 60 just because that's what they designed it for this generation, to do 4K 60. The Pro is designed to checkerboard upscale, slightly more powerful, or than the regular base PS4. But the CPU is total garbage. So I think that's pretty much all I have to say about that. The PS4 Pro is like a half step, and yeah, the Xbox Scorpio is a full step. So
yeah, I'm gonna let Crap roll with that one. I agree.
Yep. So. Who's our last one?
Last one's our favorite Russian, Macintosh.
Macintosh. Nice.
Hello, guys. This is Macintosh. Happy holidays. Here's my question for all of you. What will be the next big thing from Microsoft that blows your mind?
Let's drink some vodka to Macintosh.
Yes, absolutely. I don't know. What do you think, Crap? I
think Scorpio is going to be the next big thing for Microsoft. I mean, that's obviously.
I don't know if there's anything. I mean, I guess you could say Microsoft's going to have their version of VR, but I don't care about that. I don't know. I don't. It's hard to say. I mean, there's that like things like Room and all these other things that Microsoft has always come out. I mean, well, I guess you know what, you want to really go far, say HoloLens. Where's HoloLens going to be playing a role in gaming, or will it be playing an assisted role in gaming, or will you still be using your TV, but when you have the visor on, it does something else? You know what I mean, Crap? Like where maybe you can. That would be a real success story, I think, for HoloLens, Crap, is if we don't lose the traditional TV and controller, but the visor brings more to it. Kind of what they've always wanted to connect, and what people have always wanted this other peripheral to do. but HoloLens can do it because you don't lose touch with reality. You're still looking through the lens.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, that's not my job to say that, but that would be something I'd be very interested in. Something like Jez says it all the time. Jez Gordon, he says that the whole idea is that when you're wearing HoloLens and playing a video game, like things when you get into a car will look much more detailed to you, almost like you're sitting in your car, because it'll just be, you know what I mean? The game interacts with your eyes that way, but yet you can still I can still turn around and see you on the couch, you know what I mean? Or see your better half on the couch. Or you can see your friends in the room or your family, you know what I mean? So like it doesn't take you out of the game.
It'll be interesting. I think Scorpio is going to do a lot of things that are going to put Sony in a tough position. One of them being AR, one of them being VR, because if they're like, hey, you can use Oculus, you can use Vive or whatever, or we have these cheaper options as well, it's just going to work with whatever you have, then I think that's really going to put Sony in a bad spot, even a worse spot. And then obviously, you know, having a native 4K 60 is going to be something that's going to help them out tremendously as well. Was that the last one, jdubbs?
Yeah, that was it. That was it. Now we're ready to do this big spin for the Battlefield 1.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do the spin.
Okay, just give me a second. I'll get it all ready.
Yeah, he needs to get the Wheel of Wonder ready. I see you're using that block button.
Yep. The minute he's like, well, you know, they spread mispropaganda.
I love that when people are
and
like, Crap and Mooch lie. They spread misinformation. And I'm always like, what did we lie about?
What did we lie about?
What did we spread misinformation about? And they're like, well, this one time you said this. And I'm like, that's an opinion piece. Or
one time at band camp.
Yeah, this one time at band camp, you shoved the flute up your ass. So, I mean, come on. Like, I don't.
Listen,
whatever,
these guys,
dude.
look, take all these Sony guys and tell them to shove it up their ass.
Well,
They're
the funny
so
thing is they got
stupid.
enough guts to sit there and go on the chat and talk
Look
that
at
nonsense.
Jag LeMans. Let's face it. With the likes of Horizon, Spider-Man, Detroit, God of War, Death Stranding, Last of Us, Nioh, Yazuka, GT, it's one-sided.
But
those
Jag,
games are spread,
when
they're
are they
spread over
those games
4
coming?
years. Yeah, they're
Those
spread
games
over
aren't
the
coming next year,
Get outta
guy.
here.
Come on, get out of here. Really? Like
Horizon's
seriously.
coming out this year. That's the only game that you listed that's coming out this year.
You think Death Stranding is coming out this year, despite the fact that Kojima said that they're only going to start heavily developing for it this in 2017? You think The Last of Us 2 is coming out this year when they didn't even show any gameplay?
Xbox has a list of games too for the next 4 years.
And how many gamers really are going to buy Nioh or Yakuza? Like, Yakuza games have been out for a while and they don't sell anything.
No,
So,
and Gran Turismo's lost all of its.
Yeah, come
all
on,
of its
dude. Like,
muster.
when you got a game like Forza, let's get with the program. Come on,
just stop it.
You know, stop with that nonsense.
It's getting old. It's so old.
No. I would doubt that that Nioh even enters in the NPD, and that's in a weak month in February. So I would doubt that game even, you know, you're going to see your Call of Duties on the front there. You're going to see all that stuff, but because nobody cares. So
No, you got Halo Wars 2 and you got even Horizon, which Horizon's going to choke Nioh out. So your own team's going to fuck you over.
Yep. So anyway, go ahead and let's see if we can't spin the wheel. Jay will mute the old mics and see who wins Battlefield 1.
Okay, here we go. Here's the Wheel of Wonder with all the festive decorations. Here goes the spin. Good luck, everybody.
Are you serious?
Oh, you put a spin again in there?
Spin again?
You'll now be known as Bob Barker.
Spin again.
You're lucky there's not a bankrupt button on there, or a bankrupt color.
Yeah, you should be. Nobody wins. Thanks, Mooch and Crap. That should
Price
be the
is
thing.
wrong, bitch.
Yeah. It should be, thanks, Mooch and Crap. Nobody wins.
Yeah, nobody wins. Thanks, Mooch and Crap.
Okay, here we go. Here's another spin going. Tony, the former pony, wins. And
Tony the Pony has won like 3 out of the last what?
You know what? Not only that, he won Battlefield 1 like 2 or 3 weeks ago. He shouldn't even be in there.
Yeah, if he won,
It was more than a month ago. That's why he's back in.
Was it? But I mean, he won Battlefield 1.
If he won Battlefield 1, can we confirm that during the show? We can do another spin.
Let's do another spin, a backup spin, and then if indeed he did win Battlefield 1, we'll give it to someone else.
Yeah.
Because last time I remember specifically, like he already had the game and he gave it to his nephew or something like that. So
I think that's very accurate. Actually.
So I'm not only as big as an elephant, I have a memory like an elephant. So let's spin it one more time just to make sure.
Yeah.
Jay.
Let's do another spin.
More than likely, if he did win it, he'd donate it back to us anyway.
Yeah,
that's true.
And I already have 2 copies though, so I'm trying to actually give something away.
Yeah, let's spin it again so we have a backup.
Yeah, I usually have we have a policy that if you've won within the 4 weeks, we try to keep you off, but it's been more than 4 weeks for him, so that's why he was back on. Okay, here we go. It's another spin.
All right.
Raul.
There you go. So it looks like he's probably gonna win the.
I would think Raul's gonna win that because not only did I think Tony the Pony is, even if he's won so many things, it's like insane. He's just.
You have to admit, guys, that it does pay to call in and leave.
It does. Oh, yes, it does. Listen, that's what we're saying. Listen, the more names we can get on this wheel, the merrier. It's fine.
Exactly, and now we're gonna have to probably go into studio mode.
Studio. Here we go. Well,
today I consider myself the lucky man on the face of the planet.
It just doesn't get old.
I know.
We'll give Jay a couple minutes. You get to hear Mooch's surround sound. Want to say Merry Christmas. We will be talking to you before New Year's on Xbox Station Crossfire. Possibly BFC, not sure. But just because of the holiday, not sure what time GST will be going on this week. But everyone have a good time. Enjoy time with your families. Hook those Xbox One S's.
Yes.
Oh, there we go. Enjoy your Monday.
Back 'em up.